Are we live? Yes, we're live. Awesome. What is up, everybody? How are we doing? Welcome to Benzinga Live. Man, is today an interesting day. Yeah, I'll be honest. Some days are just not interesting, right, in the stock market. That's the truth. Like, we're here every day, but there are degrees of interest out there. Today is very, very interesting. The market is reacting to the Fed news from yesterday. Actually, the market is reacting to the reaction. That's what today is. The market is reacting to the reaction. We've seen several reversals already today. Tech popped off the open, then tech dropped, and now tech has rebounded. It's been a very, very tough start to the year for the growth trade, but it's bouncing today. It's bouncing a little bit. We'll talk about all that and more. We're going to have Mike, that's funny. We can address that later. We got a jam-packed show of guests. Hot Stocks, Luke Jacobi is planning on joining us today for a few minutes shortly after noon. Hot Stocks, Luke will come on. We're going to talk biotech stocks with Vivi, the Bio Queen, at around 12:15. We're talking to James Sapirstein from First Wave Biopharma at 12:45. We're going to do a segment with TradeZero on short selling at 1 o'clock. Then at 1:30, stay tuned. We are doing trivia. Today is National Technology Day, I think. So the theme of the day is tech. That's the theme of today's trivia. Technology.
Sounds good, Spencer. And I heard a rumor, a little birdie told me.
Yeah.
That one of the days I was out and you went live and Luke came on, did he give his 2022 stock of the year already?
He did. He gave his 2022 stock of the year.
I missed it.
If you missed it, you'll have a chance to ask him yourself when he comes on in about a half hour, give or take a few minutes. Trivia later today, 2 hours from now. Get questions right, win free swag. That's how it works. In the meantime, if you could be so kind and drop us a like, we'd appreciate that.
Also, I did just do a big order of swag shipments yesterday. So if you're waiting on something, it's in the mail. Okay. Well, maybe not today, but once it's being fulfilled and will be in the mail.
Alrighty. Let's roll that intro.
This is Benzinga Live. Spencer Israel and producer AB.
What's up, everybody? How are we doing?
Someone told me buy high, sell higher.
Let's get Matt Hammond on the show to talk some IPOs. Jake Wojacek from Trend Spider. We have breaking news.
All right. Let us know in the chat what stocks you guys are watching, what you guys are trading. Donk and Dave. Put that over there. Down 18K, then even, now down 4. Sounds like Dave's had a crazy day. Dave, let us know what you're in, what positions you're in to have a crazy day like that.
That's what I was saying. It's been a wild day out there.
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you look at any stock right now, most of them are either green and were red or are red and were green. Yep. Just a big day of reversals. But Spencer, what about what's going on in the crypto market?
Yeah, the crypto market is sort of its own beast. No, it's not, because it moves with growth, right? So let's show you what's going on in crypto land right now, because it's one of those days. Yeah. I mean, frankly, the color of the map hasn't changed all day, right? I mean, there are definitely, like, if you want to drill down, you can, and we can look and see the price of various coins changing throughout the day. But net, we are still red across the board in crypto land, and so that's kind of just the way things go. If you want to, you can. I always like to look at the individuals, just like to get a feel for how they're moving and how they're trading throughout the day. Bitcoin hasn't really bounced today. Ethereum hasn't really bounced. You can tell that they've tried, and they're off the lows a little bit, but it's been a struggle. So net, red across the board today. That's kind of the way it goes in crypto. And you know what's interesting? If you mouse over these. I lost my heat map here on my actual screen. If you mouse over, there we go. If you mouse over these coins and you see their performance, right? I don't want to do that. They're their 7 day, their 30 day, their 1 year, right? Their year to date. it hasn't been a good trend, right? The last few weeks have not been ideal. Last month really have not been ideal for crypto. Look at Bitcoin last month, down 16%. Ethereum last month, down 23%. Solana last month, down 25%. Has not been a great month for crypto. So that trend continuing today. If you want some free Bitcoin, that's worth a little bit less today than it was yesterday, but hey, get it at a discount. All you got to do is download the Voyager app, enter the offer code ZING, Z-I-N-G, fund your account with $100, make a single trade, and they will send you some free Bitcoin. Check it out. So that's the story of Bitcoin today. Stock market, though, looking a little bit different. As I said, it's been a day of the market trying to make up its mind. There have been reversals and then more reversals and more reversals. Let's bring up a Benzinga Pro, if I can, and let's walk through what is happening in tech land today. So I've got my ETH up right now, but I wanna move away from the ETH here. Let's go look at, for example, ARKK as our proxy for growth, right? The flagship Cathie Wood fund, and let's just drill down today, and you can see, obviously yesterday growth sold off hard, especially after the FOMC minutes came out. But look at them today, and I'll go to a 1 minute. You get a pop. Let's zoom out there. You get a pop off the open.
I'm back. What is up, guys? Sorry, our video in the office crashed. I'm joining from my laptop. I think we got Spencer too. Oh, we will be back though.
Wait, this is weird. So we're on now from our laptops, but our streaming our something just crashed behind the scenes. So we're on our laptops now, and our audio is probably shit. But we apologize for this. But we're working through it here. When we get back, we'll let you know. Anyway, as I was saying about the ARK, right? Your proxy for growth today, it's just the market trying to decide. So you saw two bounces, right? Now let's look at a proxy for value. Okay, Berkshire Hathaway, great proxy for value. Been in favor all year being 3 days, but whatever, right? Underperforming, value underperforming growth today. Very interesting trend playing out today. Growth bouncing, although it's a precarious bounce for sure, right? But it is bouncing. Value lagging. How is the stock of the year Ford? Look at Ford. Ford is red for the day. So we are seeing a little bit of a reversal of yesterday. Not crazy, but it certainly is. It's there. I did get, if you're watching the live trading show this morning, I got shaken out of my only active swing trade, Zillow. I sold it at 57. I think 57.70s where I sold. And we got all the way down to 54, right? What was the low today? Yeah, 54.85. So I'm out of my Zillow. It's my only active swing. But yeah, it was a pretty rough first half hour for sure. But a lot of stocks in growth land are showing some relative strength today, right? You can look at your Roku, right? Check Roku out, guys. Come on, chart. Up 1.5% today, right? How's Alibaba doing? Not bad the last hour or so, right? Last couple hours, not terrible. Hour and a half maybe, right? How's let's check the big guns, right? Apple is not growth, and it's been weak in the last hour and a half, right? Apple is definitely. I mean, it is growth, but it also isn't growth, right? It's value tech. Not I don't know. It's its own thing, right? It's a big gun. It's bottom line. Apple big gun lagging last hour and a half. Amazon big gun. Okay, last hour and a half, right? Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that's interesting. Look at Facebook today. I did not notice that till just now.
Yeah. I think I'm muted. Okay. Can you guys hear me on Spencer's mic?
I think you're okay.
Yeah, either way, Facebook's had a strong day. This is one that I was saying that I think has to catch up to the other names in big tech. So your Googles, your Amazons, Facebook's kind of been lagging behind, but I like Facebook right here for a swing trade.
This is very, I have to admit, I just pulled this up. I did not notice this before. And again, we're working through some audio issues and some video issues. Our streaming service just crashed. So, or not our streaming service, but our back end. So we're working on getting that back. And I know our audio probably sounds like shit. We apologize. But we're working through it. How's Tesla doing today? Not great. Actually, I take that back. It's ready for the day, but if you look in the last hour and a half, we've done okay. So again, it's a story of some kind of a reversal, not a crazy reversal, right? You can look at the Qs as also as a different proxy, and there's some relative strength, some outperformance. If you want to take any longs here with any of these growth stocks, because they are all down this morning, you can, because you have lows to lean on. You have lows from this morning to lean on, if that's a trade you want to make on the long side. I wouldn't. I had two swings on for a Santa Claus / January rally. I got stopped out of both of them, so I was 0 for 2 there. But you could do it because you have lows from this morning to, if you want to buy, I don't know, if you want to buy a Palantir here, right? I wouldn't. But if you wanted to, you have a low from this morning. How low did we get in Palantir? Double bottom in the $16 area, right? So you have a level. You have some risk control. So I think it's a very notable reaction today to what happened yesterday. If you're living under a rock and you missed what happened yesterday, the Fed minutes came out at 2 o'clock. And the minutes, I guess, in the eyes of the market, the minutes painted more of a specific picture of when, or provided more color on when the Federal Reserve would consider, hey, back. Is our audio back? Yes. Excellent. You guys can hear us better? Holler at us, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to hear us better now. The minutes provided more color on when the Fed would start selling all the treasuries on their balance sheet. And that is what the market reacted to, even though it was discussed a little bit in December in the press conference. But that's why we're down from yesterday. We're putting up a fight, though. So it's a very interesting day here. This morning was everything was down, right?
It's hard to tell on a day like that, on a day like yesterday, Spencer, when everything is down, what is really a good buying opportunity. But on a day like this, where it's a very mixed bag, what we can do is we can go through a lot of the big tech names that got hit yesterday that may be trading 5% lower than they were a week or so ago. So let's just run through the biggest names in QQQ. So Google, Amazon, Facebook.
Yeah, so I that Facebook was a surprise to me. Google's looking in line with the rest, right?
Google's up what, 0.7?
Yeah.
All right, Google's up 0.7.
Apple we already went through. Let's do Microsoft. And again, I'm mostly watching this from the open. From the open, they all kind of look the same. Let's do this. We have Microsoft open. Let's just bring up Apple alongside it. Let's bring up Google alongside it, and Facebook, and Tesla, and what's the last one? Amazon, right?
And I want to see today, like it's obvious Facebook is showing a lot of relative strength.
Yeah. Look at Facebook today. Look at that. I don't know if there's news. I have no idea. But even if there isn't, this is a great day for Facebook.
I'm not seeing any news on Facebook that would cause this 4% move, but I do like it. I see someone in the chat, Raz at One Oaks, asking about Facebook as a trade, and because of its relative strength right now, I mean, it does on the daily, like on the 5-minute chart or so, look like we could be at a little top right here. So I would wait until it either drops back down more or we see it coming back up higher. But I do think there's a trade out there on Facebook right now, Spencer.
Yeah, this is very. I wonder what happens if we just zoom out. Tesla. It's not. Tesla. Okay. It's hard to look at these all together on a daily. Let's just go. Let's go just to Facebook here on the daily, and let's get rid of everything else. because it's too much noise.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Airbnb right now too. Airbnb at one point, and it's in line with a lot of other growth tech names we've seen, but at one point was down about 3.5%, has come all the way back up in the green, and is showing a lot of strength since that bottom there. So I'm going to keep watching Airbnb throughout the day. Maybe Airbnb is setting up at a swing trade. I mean, it's at 162 right now, Spencer, and it has an all-time high of well into the 200s. Are you long Airbnb right now?
I am long Airbnb. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't remember. I think my cost base is like 150. I don't know, honestly. But wait, can we just, on the Facebook thing for 1 second, look at this Facebook daily chart. Look at today's low. You have a series of lows, and it's not exact, right? Support and resistance isn't always exact, but you have a series of lows in the same area. Today's low, 322. Yesterday's low, 323. A couple lows from December 21st and 20th, 322, right? A low from December 7th, 321. So you got a series of lows down there in the 321, 322, 323 range, and that's where we've bounced today. So we've got some support there. That's interesting. And Airbnb, yes, I am long. I am long from, I think, 150 or 140. I can check for you if you like. I don't remember. I'm pretty bad at remembering where I buy things, especially for stocks that are not. This is not a trade for me. This is a longer term. At the very least, this will be like a several month swing trade for me. I could definitely get talked into selling Airbnb, not right now, but I'm not dead set on holding this thing, through the end of the year. Airbnb.
What does Walgreens Boots Alliance? Is that just Walgreens?
Yep. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because the name Walgreens Boots Alliance comes from a merger. They merged with Boots, which is a British pharmacy. But then they sold Boots like last year or 2 years ago. So now there's no Boots.
But it's still called Wall Street Boots.
Called Wall Street Boots.
Doug, I agree. I think Airbnb is setting up for a swing trade. I just don't know. Let me know in the chat what you're seeing as a good swing trade for Airbnb. But yeah, Spencer, we can say something today that we haven't said in a while, really, or talked about on the show. And a couple earnings coming out on Walgreens and Constellation Brands.
Wait,
nothing crazy.
Did you see Bed Bath today? Can we look at Bed Bath?
Yeah.
Okay, this was like the crazy stock of the morning. Their earnings report was objectively horrible. It was really bad. They missed earnings, EPS. They missed their revenue, and their guidance was also light. And yet, the stock was trading higher. It reversed hard at like the 7:45, and it just started ripping higher. How high did it get today? It got to 1638 off the open. 1638. So we're $2 off that now. It's still on live trading. If I had any balls, I would buy puts or short this thing, but I don't. Frankly, I'm terrified of a stock like Bed Bath, which has shown meme potential in the past. But I was very bewildered to buy that move. It makes more sense that it's off its highs of the day, but objectively, though, the fact that it's holding some gains is a great sign for Bed Bath & Beyond. I didn't even know ST Zebra reported today, honestly. Constellation Brands.
Raz at One Oaks asking in the chat, short-term puts on Facebook. I don't know, because we can clearly see today that Facebook is, out of big tech, a favorite right now among investors. I mean, it's up 4.5% compared to the 1% or 0.7% that the other big tech companies are up. So I wouldn't. I don't know how much I like a short here. And we also just talked about that spot that it bounced off of. So I don't know how much you'd be able to squeeze out of that, but I think I like Facebook on the long side.
I'd be more willing to short Facebook if it got to like 350 Facebook at 350 sets up as the better short, right? Or the high 340s. I don't know if I'd short it here, but like you see what I'm seeing though? You got like 1, 2, 3, 4. You got like several highs in like that 350 area, right? Call it the high 340s, low 350s. So Facebook at 350 sets up as a better short than it does right now. That's just what I'm seeing on that chart. And sorry, let me catch up on the chat here because I've been locked in on my own screen here. Igor says buy more Facebook. Yeah, you could do that if you have an out or something. Stitch Fix, Daniel. Let's look at Stitch Fix because that was one of, I think, the worst looking charts of the year last year. Look at this chart last year. Look at Stitch Fix. Look at this 1 year chart. Let's go to exactly 1 year. What's today? The 6th? Okay, this is pretty much exactly 1 year. We, of course, topped out end of January like a lot of growth did last year, and then we went straight down, and we've gone from 113 to now we're at $19. Now, that being said, let's zoom in, okay? Now, let's go back to a daily, but let's zoom way in here on this Stitch. So this is growth, right? I will say this about Stitch Fix. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable buying Stitch Fix here. We talked to this morning about fading pops, right? Selling rips in growth, and more generally selling rips that are in stocks that are in downtrends. The stock is in a massive, massive downtrend. I would feel much more comfortable shorting Stitch Fix here, with my stop being somewhat tight. You know, you throw a stop out at $21. Okay, we're at the high 19, so that's not that much. It's not that far away from now, but it's pretty tight. Shorting at 20, shorting now, playing for more downside. Every rip has been a rip to sell. Every green candle has been a green candle to sell in this stock going back 1 year. I just don't know if is yesterday the bottom. I don't know if I'm comfortable saying that right now. I'm really not, frankly. And this is what we talk about all the time, right? On pre-market prep on this show is just selling rips in stocks and downtrends. Stocks in is as clear a downtrend as any. I don't know. Focus Teddy. Aaron Bree, you know what we should do is we should get John G on this show this week or next week, and to talk about
the latest in Zing token.
The latest in Zing coin.
Yeah, we should. Doug. Yeah, Doug's saying that Airbnb's got some nice upside. I got to agree. I know Spencer does too. He's long Airbnb.
Yeah.
I just don't know on the swing trade right now, like what my time horizon would be, what my price target would be. And it looks like still from that top in November, we're still kind of in a downtrend until we're not, right?
On Airbnb?
Yeah.
Let's go to a weekly.
You see
Yeah,
that?
I mean, all right. Obviously, yes, we're in a downtrend. It's not as pronounced, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are a couple green weeks in there.
We're not at all-time lows. We're not, frankly, near all-time lows. All-time low is 121.
Yeah. I'd go super long there. I'd buy some leaps right at 121 for
Yeah,
like
would you?
At like 180.
Yeah. There are many, many charts that look worse than this. You know what I mean? A lot of charts that look worse than that. Stitch Fix looks worse than this.
Ryan's asking about Sava. We've talked about Sava on here before, Ryan. I stay away from these biotech stocks. Pretty much all I got to say on that.
Oh, that Sava chart, actually, just from a chart point of view, doesn't look that bad.
No, it doesn't. I like that little rounded bottom that we have right there.
Yeah. That's interesting. You know what's interesting, though, is like this week, what's that week? That's the week of the 20th. That's about almost as neutral a candle as you can find. That kind of a candle. What's that called? A doji? Where the open and the close are very close together for the week. Technically speaking, this sets up kind of nicely here. Fundamentally, I have absolutely no idea. But just from a chart point of view, this is not that bad.
Did we talk about MRO yesterday, Marathon Oil? I think
No, we didn't.
We did not. I thought that might have been one of those Goldman stocks, but I actually texted a buddy.
Oh
yesterday.
yes, it was. You're right.
Marathon Oil.
I think it
one
was.
of them.
Yes.
This chart looks really good to me.
Let's go to a daily.
And oil prices are rising right now. Demand for just demand for oil in general will continue to rise as we get out of this pandemic. More people are traveling, etc. So, I don't know. I don't like oil companies in general as a long-term investment, just because I think there are more exciting and better investment opportunities out there. But when I see a chart like this, and there's also the story behind it that, hey, look, more people are going to be traveling, more people are going to be, needing to buy gas. So why not swing trade this?
there are worse ideas. You know, the other side of that coin is, well, it's already run up so much, but
it has. But
look, stock's in uptrend. It's in an uptrend.
Yeah.
Right?
And I actually I checked Marathon today, like as the market was opening, because I wanted to open a position, and it was actually one of the top gainers at the open. And now I'm like, well, shoot, I can't buy my calls when it's already up 5%, but maybe I should.
Well, you can do whatever you want, Aaron. Right?
Yeah.
Quick programming note. This is actually going to be our last show of the week. There's no show tomorrow because we have our quarterly all hands company meeting. I asked on Monday if you thought we should stream the meeting publicly. That's not going to happen. So tomorrow is going to be a bit of an abridged day on the live show front. We're going to take a break from 10 to 2, 10 to 3 on the live show front. But
oh, Roy, is it the volume's waning? That's not good, I don't think.
And Greg Wed, Kazakhstan. Yeah,
Greg Wed.
There's some stuff going on over there as it relates to oil pipeline.
Oh, Jay's right. That's where it came from. Options Mike gave it to us in the 16s, and now it's at 18. So it's a $2 move on a $16 stock. That's 20%.
Leverage is fun.
Yeah.
All right. What do I think? Well, there's so many questions here. I can't get to all of them. I want to look at. Somebody dropped Levi in the chat. I have not looked at this chart in a long time.
The company that makes jeans?
Yeah, Levi Strauss. I have not looked at this chart in months, so I have no idea what it does.
I don't know if I've worn a pair of jeans since COVID started.
What?
Okay, maybe, but I don't know. I'm not a big jeans guy.
All right, let's pull up my chart here. Okay, this is a weekly. Okay. This is a consumer, what is this, discretionary? This isn't quite... Here.
It could be a consumer staple. I mean, people need jeans.
I suppose. Let's play the game we were playing this morning. What's the forward PE? 15. Okay. On a price to earnings basis, it is quote unquote cheap, right? And I know this for two reasons. Let me zoom in here. I know it's cheap because, first off, actually, maybe we should make this into a broader. Let's just spend a few minutes talking about PE ratios for a second, okay? Or ratios in general. Ratios are useful in comparing the valuation of stocks to peers in their industry, okay? You wouldn't really want to compare the PE of Levi to the PE of Apple, right? Because different industries trade at different multiples. So we compare PEs of stocks to their industry average, which is right there on the right, and we compare them to the overall market, to the S&P 500 or even the NASDAQ 100 if you'd like, as just a broad gauge. So right now, the forward PE of the S&P 500 is about 24, 25. Anything less than that is quote unquote cheap. Okay, Levi's forward PE right now is 15. Okay, so it is quote unquote cheap for the moment. The price to sales of 1.7 is also. I think the price to sales of the S&P right now is 3 something. So that's also quote unquote cheap. Now that being said, let's go back to the chart. Let's look at these. So Levi as a quote unquote value stock. Intraday, I'm not seeing anything there. Let's go to the daily. If you wanted to take a long, I suppose you could, because you got some support at what's that, 22, right? Yeah. For a short, I don't know. I don't really know what to make of this chart, honestly.
Yeah, Mitch Olson in the chat saying we should look at the margins too. I don't know. I mean, Spencer, zoom back out on this chart for me a little bit.
Zoom. You want to go weekly?
Sure.
Yeah.
What I don't like about this stock right here is you can clearly see that top that we hit back in earlier in 2021, and it hasn't. Well, I guess if you zoom in on the very end there, you could say that we've caught a bottom and it's starting to come up, but it's way higher than it was pre-COVID levels. And I don't know if
is that good or bad to you? To me, that's good. To you, that's bad?
It's good until the point where it hit that top and has been in a downtrend since. If it was still in an uptrend while being at pre-COVID highs, then that's a good sign to me, right? The stock market's been so hot since the pandemic that stocks you were looking at should be higher than they were pre-pandemic because the market's been that hot. So if they're not, there's a reason they're not as high as they were pre-COVID. You know, pull up a Boeing, for example.
Okay. Check it out.
All right, so Boeing, you can see that there's a clear defined bottom after the COVID crash. It was in an uptrend and then hit a point before it got back up to its pre-COVID levels and then went back in a downtrend.
And Levi was it the same?
Levi's similar except for it surpassed
It got
its
high.
pre-COVID
It got higher.
levels.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good observation. I think my takeaway here would be if I had to rank stocks to buy, Levi would be above almost any tech stock. Right. That doesn't mean I would buy it, but I would definitely I would buy Levi before I buy Roblox, Unity.
Well, I think right now
Zoom, any of that stuff. You know
I don't know.
what
I think right now, just with the uncertainty of the market and potentially what we're going to see in the next couple weeks, that value names will just be safer. Even if they go down, they're not going to go down as much as those growth stocks.
Yeah, and I guess like on the surface, Levi is a value stock, but also it's like jeans.
Roy wants us to talk about Hal. Is that Halliburton?
Yeah.
Shout out Dick Cheney.
Oil, baby. Dick Cheney.
Wasn't he like a big investor in Halliburton?
He was the CEO.
Oh,
That was a deep cut, man.
there's like a documentary about him called Halliburton or something? I don't know.
Yeah, he was the CEO of Halliburton, and then he was vice president.
Yeah.
And then
conflict.
And then mysteriously, Halliburton got a bunch of oil contracts.
Yeah.
Anyway, Halliburton chart looks not bad. They all look not bad, honestly. All these oil charts. ExxonMobil is sort of the bellwether there, right? You can look at Exxon or Chevron.
I like Tell right now. TELL.
I don't even know what that is. What is that? What is this?
It's a natural gas play.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
All right.
This thing. I might adjust my 2021 stock of the year to Tell.
What?
Well, I already forgot what I put.
It's in the sheet. Wait, Igor, what did I?
I put Run. How's Run doing? Probably not well. I'm probably off to a bad start on the stock of the year.
Igor says I was wrong. What was I wrong about? How is Run doing? I have the spreadsheet open still. I can put the link back in the chat.
Yeah, Igor, what was Spencer wrong about? We need to apologize.
My stock of the year was not a stock; it was an ETF, and it's MSOS, and it's also let's get off the weeklies here. Yeah, it's also been a tough go for me. If you want to play or participate, we didn't cut it off. I suppose we can still let people add, right? Probably, maybe. Do we want to keep it open?
The problem is if we put it back out there, people can edit.
They're gonna change.
You know, like Shelly wants to already change hers.
Okay, I can't put it back in. Never
I'm
mind.
sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But we'll do more. We said we were going to do more challenges in 2021. So weekly chat challenges or monthly,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, Shelly, don't change it. I'm gonna lock it down. no changing. Let's get MSOS off the screen here. This is making me sick. As someone that owns.
Q's looking a little double toppy. The Q's
Double toppy.
on the daily, like
QQQ. The Invesco QQQ Trust, the second ETF ever invented.
really?
Yes.
What was the first SPY?
Yes. Fun facts. Q on the daily?
Not on the daily.
What?
Sorry, I meant on like the intraday.
Oh, okay. Sure. I guess. Zoom way in there. All right, we are a couple of minutes from Luke Jacobi joining us, and then we'll have Vivi, the Bio Queen, talking biotech stocks after that. So if you would be so kind and drop us a like, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, Luke's not coming on until we get, how many likes did he say? 100? 150?
I don't even know where we're at right now.
I think he said 150. 150 and Luke Jacobi comes on the stream, and we will talk. What are we going to talk about with Luke today?
Well, look, he doesn't know what your stock of the year was, so you're going to have to come on and
I know, I missed out.
reconfirm with him. You want to come on? He's staring at us right now. What are you doing over there? You want to come on? All right. Okay, I'm going to get up. Don't throw anything at me, please. I can't see. The lights are blinding. All right, I'm going to get up and hot stocks Luke.
Say that we need to get 150 likes and Spencer needs to say let's go.
Dude. Oh, man. All right. The moment you've all been waiting for. Hot stocks, Luke. Mr. Jacobi making his return to Benzinga Live. Luke, how we doing today?
Doing good, man. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. I've been going headphones off today because if it's just us two up here, we don't necessarily need them.
Oh.
I'll put mine on.
I think it looks nice.
All right.
Fine. I'm gonna go with it casually around the neck. That's the good look.
All right. So what's new in the world of Mr. Jacobi?
All right. So, yeah. Let's talk about. Let's do chat tickers too. And I gotta get used to Spencer's computer. I gotta find all my stuff. Like what's the screen share situation and that sort of thing.
Luke and George Costanza right behind him. I'll get my Benzinga Pro up and I'll share that. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, you share, I talk.
Yeah, let's do that.
Trade off.
All right, so Luke,
right.
I heard when I was out of town and Spencer was live with you, you gave your 2022 stock of the year, and I wasn't here for it. I have no clue what it is.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there. All right, we need some more likes before we get Luke's 2022 stock of the year.
We'll get there in a second. But I saw this one come into the chat, and this is the one that I know really well, and I know all of these stocks really well. And it was Hood. It's the brokerage stocks are my bread and butter. So Hood, that's Robinhood. Of course, the stock has gotten killed. I'm gonna throw this one out to the chat. How much do you think Robinhood is down right now since its IPO?
Not from its high.
Not from its high, from its IPO. Sorry, not where it priced the IPO, the open price. All the way left on the screen right now. What percentage do you think that Hood is down right now? That's the question. And we'll give it a couple seconds to flow in. Let's talk about the macro and then let's boil it down to the micro. So you have two things going on the macro side of things, right? You have general stock choppiness, especially among the small cap stocks. Can you pull up an IWM, please, producer AB?
Yes, sir.
So this is the ETF for the Russell 2000. It tracks the small cap stocks. Look at this. Pure chop. Thought we were breaking out higher. It was a head fake. We're back down. Why does this matter for the retail brokerages, the online brokerages, our Charles Schwab's, our Morgan Stanley's, our Robinhood's, etc.? A lot of individual investors trade these smaller cap names. When IWM is ripping and we're seeing movement on the small cap stocks, that's typically leading a lot of the online retail brokerages. So that's our negative headwind. What's our positive? The reason the market got killed yesterday. You want to throw me a SPY really quick? Maybe do a couple-day view. We saw the market get killed yesterday out of the Federal Reserve news that we might be seeing rate hikes, right? You can see that. The FOMC minutes came out 2 p.m. As always, market's killed. Rates might be going up. That is the rate that... or that is for interest rates, right? Not great for the stock market, but good for some specific stocks. Banks are the obvious beneficiary. The other big beneficiary is going to be the online brokerages. They have tons and tons of cash. The higher interest rates are, the more money that they're making on that cash. So that's the macro. Let's boil it down to the micro for a second and go back to Hood. Again, those are the high level thoughts in the brokerage space. Let's dive into the individual name now. And I'm actually going to suggest a pair trade on this one, producer AB.
A pair trade?
We're going to suggest a pair trade. So this is going to be two trades at once. And first things first, Happy Mohammed in the chat. Best guess of how much Robinhood is down since its IPO. It's down 56% since its opening print. Okay, 56% is where we're down right now. So here's the suggestion on the pair trade. Okay, is I actually sort of like Robinhood long and Coinbase short.
Okay.
So these are two individual investor stocks. Coinbase has held up relatively well, especially given that Bitcoin has been in the dumper for the past several weeks. And Hood has been on that slow trickle of death. Right, I'm not ready to hop into either name right now for like a swing trade, but from a swing trade perspective, I like the Robinhood long and Coinbase short. in Coinbase, if we want to talk about levels for a second, Robinhood, there is no level. Right there's a low of today. That's the only support that you're going to have. Coinbase, there is some pretty consistent support in there, so we want to see a break below that. But again, the swing trade, the pair trade would be Robinhood long and Coinbase short. Long-term investment portfolio, I actually like both of these names. In Coinbase, I do hold in the long-term investment portfolio.
So, Luke, the only problem with that pair trade is that if the crypto markets get absurdly hot, we see Ethereum and Bitcoin back at all-time highs, and people are going back, to their buying. I think Coinbase and Hood benefit from that.
So, from people just getting back into the market, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, but Coinbase is going to be tied to the price of Bitcoin.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's just the truth. That's like an objective truth is that it's going to be tied to the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's held up, Coinbase is held up better than Bitcoin has.
Here, the purple line is your Bitcoin. I don't know if you guys can see this well. Let me go full screen on this. Or I can change.
There you go. That's a little bit better.
Color. Let's change it to white. Yeah, there we go. All right. So you guys can see this right here. The white line is Bitcoin. The bar graph is Coinbase, obviously. You can see how closely, even down to this little bounce down here, where Bitcoin bounces, Coinbase bounces. But yeah, Luke, I mean, I like that because I think Coinbase is clearly in a downtrend here, and the only thing that's going to stop that is if Bitcoin comes back up. I do think there's a scenario where Hood can do well while Coinbase stock continues to move down. But I think it's just as likely that crypto markets get hot again. More people are going to Robinhood to buy Bitcoin, to buy Ethereum, and then Coinbase and Robinhood both benefit from that.
Yep, that's fair. All right, should we keep going down individual names, AB, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's take some more names from the chat. Again, let us know in the chat.
Well, here, I already got the next one. Yeah, let us know some more in the chat. I got the next one queued up.
What
already.
tickers you're watching, and then it will help us too if you add a little like, hey, I'm watching Facebook as a swing trade to 350. Then we know exactly what you're looking at it through what lens you're seeing that stock, so we can try to gauge it rather than just looking at it. Palantir.
All right, but let's do this one first. Oh, let's Dash.
Ooh, I haven't looked at Dash in a while.
Yeah, let's DoorDash. We'll get to that in a second.
This is
all right, but let's grab Baba first. I saw in the chat somebody saying Baba is stock of the year. Baba is YOLO trade of the year right now. We've talked about this one before. Ticker BABA, Alibaba. With Alibaba, 12 months from today, anybody who is in that stock is either going to look like a genius or an idiot. That's just the objective truth, pretty much. If the thing's not going sideways, it's either going to get killed as Chinese regulators step in, they get hotter, they get heavier, or the thing is going to get back to where it should be, right? I mean, if you compare the ratios on a Baba to the S&P 500, or if you want to get more aggressive, to an Amazon, right? But it's still a company that's putting up massive year-on-year growth. The stock is very, very cheap. And so the YOLO trade on Baba is looking a year out. We did this at the boot camp. That was December 24th, I think. Is that right? No, I'm sorry.
No. No, that's
December
Christmas.
27th. December 27th. We put the 2022 trade on Baba in. I bought in the live portfolio the 190 calls that are expiring in January 2023. So they're leaps. We're going a year out. So far, very, very good trade, right? When we're making these year-long trades, we're not looking for that immediate satisfaction. But our average price on those calls for everybody who was watching that segment, it was $4.71. They are now up to $8, so we're up about 70% on that Baba trade. Again, the reason why I chose calls to do it is because I didn't want to have to put up all the capital if Baba does blow up over the course of the year, which is entirely possible. But I still want to be able to appreciate the upside if Baba does get to a $250, $300 price at some point in 2022, which I think is more likely to happen than the stock blows up. And so that's why I picked the 190 strike calls. Again, this is an option that costs $5. We want it to get up to $50, $60, $70 a contract, and we'll be looking very well there.
I like that. I've been talking about Baba since it dipped below like 180.
Shout out Doug Smith. Free Jack Ma.
Free Jack Ma. Where is Jack Ma?
I don't know.
Have you guys? All right, I gotta pull this up.
Anybody spotted Jack Ma recently?
This is the coolest. I mean, here. Show me a cooler CEO than this. Look at this. I mean, where's Jack Ma? We need Jack Ma back, and then Baba's back to 250. Easy.
Yes. I mean, he's done a great job building that company. He scares babies. Free Jack Ma. All right, what are some of the other ones? DoorDash?
Yeah, we got to talk about DoorDash. I'm going to get my Benzinga Pro pulled back up. I love to hate all of these stocks. DoorDash, Grubhub got bought out, isn't a stock anymore, but I used to short G-Hub all the time.
So revenue growth is stalled.
Wait, oh, that's Spencer's.
Yeah, go to the income statement if you don't mind.
No, I got it.
I'm talking, he's sharing.
Financials.
All right, so revenue growth is slowed. We annualize the most recent quarter. We're looking at $5 billion a year of revenue. Hold on, a market cap of $44 billion. So that's 9 times sales. Ugh.
Oh, Dash is up 8% on the day. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Look at this downtrend it's in, though. We can see it blew past this previous support of 136. It got down all the way to like 130 before it bounced 128, and it bounced $10. I think this is still in the downtrend. I think this is just a bounce. I don't think this is a sign of reversal.
Yeah. Here's what I'm thinking about because I'm typically leading with the fundamentals first approach. We have revenue growth is slowed. Right, slowed to a trickle. Quarter over quarter was pretty much exactly flat. The stock is still trading at 9 times sales. I don't love that. We look down the income statement. Yes, it's technically has negative net income. It's unprofitable, but the company is putting up operating cash flow. So there's probably like a lot of non-cash expenses in there. Stock-based compensation, that sort of thing, which is always irrelevant to me. But I don't love it, man.
No, I don't like Dash here either.
Let's throw this one out to the chat. Dash. If you guys like Dash, drop the 1 in the chat. If not, drop the 2.
I like this, though. Someone's saying 165 calls on Disney.
I do, too.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Okay, I don't know about that. But I do like it more than I don't like it.
I like going long Disney here more than Dash. I'll say that. But I think you can see right here, Disney did hit a point at about $140 a share back in earlier December, where it's kind of been in an uptrend since then. It does look like we got a little toppy up here at 160. But if we can break through this point right here at 160, which we've hit resistance before, then I like it coming all the way back up to the 170 level. So I'm adding this to my watch list right now. I'm not going to enter any call positions right now. I forget. Let me check in the chat who asked that. That would be Junit. He said Disney 165 call. I like it more than some other names out there right now, but I think any calls you get into right now are going to be risky with just how the market's chopping recently.
Yep, that's fair. Gambling stocks, producer AB, yes or no?
I like some of the MGMs, the Caesars. I like those plays more than the Pens or the DraftKings right now. The ones that have more exposure to in-person casinos.
Yeah, I like the group.
You like everything. So then we can just look at BetZ, which is Round Hill's sports betting and iGaming ETF.
See, that's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, this one gets you...
What's in that ETF?
Let's see. I'll read you the...
You pull it here. I just pulled it up. All right. So biggest holding, Evolution, AB. So that's a European company. Then you have Penn. Then you have Churchill Downs, and then DraftKings. So those are the top 4 positions. The largest position of that group making up about 4.5% of the ETF. So there's a good number of holdings in there.
Yeah, I mean...
What up, Matty Ice?
Oh, well, thank you, Spencer. While we're on the topic, this Saturday will be the first day for legal sports gambling in New York. So one of the biggest markets getting into it. I believe Penn didn't get licensed.
Correct. So here's what I'm thinking about from swing trade perspective. Okay, so give me a casino to use as a proxy, AB.
MGM.
All right. So I'm looking at MGM as a proxy, which MGM is okay. A lot of the value for MGM is tied up in real estate, which is why it's a little bit less of a pure play. But let's use MGM as the proxy. We are going to be getting earnings out of MGM and at the start of February. It's February 9th. The company came out and confirmed the date. You know what we're going to have into that?
February 9th.
So what are we going to have in Q4? Q4 entire quarter, first quarter since a lot of these states have had gambling, that we're going to have a full quarter worth of NFL games. And then we're also going to have ramp into the Super Bowl. I think that we are going to get some very, very seriously positive commentary about sports betting throughout that NFL period and then into the Super Bowl as well. Spencer Israel also bringing up the point that we're going to have the Olympics. Is there wagering on the Olympics? I don't know.
There is, but I don't think it's as much as...
Oh, we are betting the Olympics, baby.
Yeah.
We are betting the Olympics hard, producer AB.
Yeah, so it looks like Penn's going to Penn's going to report February 3rd, unconfirmed right now, but I think all those stocks will... So it's really going to be the first, either DraftKings, Penn, whoever's the first one reporting can give that strong guidance, and it may boost the rest of the
100%.
So maybe we got to find which one's going to be the one giving their guidance first in that first week of February. They're going to say, hey, look, these past 3 months we've seen X amount of NFL bets. We're also expecting X amount of bets on the Super Bowl. And also this year, friendly reminder, the Super Bowl, it's usually the first weekend in February, but it's a week later this year than normal.
Okay.
So mid-February. I think it's February 14th or something this year.
Eden Garden saying, I'm bumping the bet stocks. I will F you selling the gains and stealing your money. If we had that type of impact,
I don't think
pretty cool.
I don't think we have enough.
If we can move MGM at $20 billion.
or Penn or DraftKings. But which one of these stocks are you long right now, Luke, if any?
Right now I'm long DraftKings and Penn.
Okay.
In
just
the
common,
live portfolio.
Common
those
shares?
Two. Yep, just common stock. No options, nothing fancy.
Nothing crazy, no spreads, no iron condors.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. That's not true. I bought some really cheap leaps on Penn. I mean, this is way out there. Like, I don't even know if we should talk about this trade because it's so much of a YOLO. But okay, this is disclaimed. Definitely a YOLO trade. Penn, $100 strike, January 2023 calls.
Okay, I mean, you got a full year. You got a full year. The stock will have to go up more than 100%, but...
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know if we should talk about it.
It's been done before. If I were going to do the year-out leaps, I would maybe look at the, I don't know, $70 strike price.
And this is not like a well-thought-out, you know what I mean? It's not like the Baba trade, where there was a lot of research and a lot of thought put into the Baba trade. This is definitely airs more on the YOLO side of things.
Geetha's asking about Facebook calls. Let's go back to Facebook for a second. We spoke about Facebook earlier. Luke, what we were saying, what stood out to us today about Facebook is just a relative strength it's showing in the industry. You can go through the other big tech names, right? Look, Meta Platforms up about 4 more than 4% right now. Compare that to Amazon. Compare that, Amazon's down about 0.5%. Compare that to Google, up about 0.5%. Apple, down about 1%. Microsoft.
So Facebook is a good stock right now. I think so. So my opinion is generally bullish on both a short and a longer term basis. Here's what I'm thinking about right now, producer AB. Can you give me SPY again, and can you put on daily candles? So each candle is going to represent one day.
Yes, sir.
All right, zoom us in a little bit. But we have had a lot of chop over the past few weeks, right? Let's call it the past 8-ish weeks. There's been a lot of chop. Okay, we're going to see people who want to rotate into safer positions, and there's still going to be the demand for tech inventory, right? People are still going to want to see tech exposure. Fund managers are going to want to pick best in breeds. Facebook is a great solution for that. Here's something else that I think a lot of people might not be thinking about with Facebook and the competitive advantage that it has with cookies going away. Is that Facebook is going to be the advertising medium. When browsers stop using cookies and advertising can't follow you around the internet, and you're getting retargeted, every site you visit for the first time already knows what ads to serve you, right? Google's already messaged that they're pulling cookies out of the Chrome browser, which is going to significantly impact the landscape of banner ads as it stands today. Facebook is the play that has all that first-party data, right? Facebook knows about you intimately and can deliver up ads that are going to resonate very well with you. So shorter term, I like Facebook on that rotation concept. Longer term, I mean, Facebook is going to be the advertising solution. Like I can't picture any other way around it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Google will be a big player in the advertising solution space, just given their standing right now. But I also, from a competitive advantage standpoint, I like the long-term bull case on Facebook in regards to its Oculus department. Right, you have all these companies out there, Sony, Microsoft, that have PlayStations and Xbox. They're trying to put out the best AR, VR gaming headset out there. But right now it's Oculus. Right now it's Facebook. They're ahead of these gaming companies. And we saw over Christmas, Oculus app become the #1 most downloaded app on the Apple App Store.
Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it shows how many people
really interesting.
got Oculus devices.
Have you ever tried it?
No, I've never have, and I really want to.
I haven't either.
We should buy one. AT,
yeah, let's buy one.
I used one last night. I went fishing.
Wait, can you come talk about it? Come on.
I used one last night.
All right, well, producer Aaron Thomas is saying he was fishing last night. Did you catch anything?
I caught this 19-pound pike.
He caught a
a
19-pound
yeah, wow.
pike.
It's pretty solid.
Can we get one for the office?
Yeah. Luke, can I get one for the office?
No,
There you have it.
we don't have the budget for it.
If we get 200 likes right now, Luke may consider.
I see ticker MDLZ Mondelez in the chat.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, look at the chart though.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, that looks really good from a swing trade.
Yeah.
So there's a really clear high in there at 68 on the dot, right? So that's the next level to watch, but the dailies on this look great.
This is what I love about Benzinga Pro. I don't even know what this company does, but I can go down here. Mondelez has operated an independent organization since it split from former Kraft, so I guess it's a Kraft spinoff.
Yeah, it's a food play.
Biscuit, chocolate, gum and candy. All right.
I think they have Oreos.
Oh, Oreos, Chips Ahoy's, Trident, Halls. All right.
Yeah, whoever dropped in the Mondelez, that's an interesting one.
This is very interesting. And we were
somebody's saying as well.
Ritz. I like Ritz crackers. We were talking about this that just right now with that chop that we just looked at in the SPY, a lot of these value names are going to be a little bit safer than your growth tech names, right? If we do have a big red day like we had yesterday, these value names like Mondelez aren't going to be down. I mean, we can just check. We can see what it did yesterday when the rest of the market was getting crushed. It looks like it was actually up. Yeah. So yeah, I like I think any value names right now. If you're in a position where you want to take some risk off the table, look at these value names we've been talking about, right? Marathon Oil up 5% today.
Baba.
Bob. You think Baba's a value play?
Baba's a value name.
There is value. I mean, it's trading at what we said 2 times sales right now.
Yeah, I mean you're at the mercy of Jack Ma on this one. His willingness to cooperate with the Chinese government.
If you're betting on Baba right now, yeah, you're betting on a lot of things, and it's not that the company's going to make a lot of money, because we all know that's true. We know they're going to keep making money. Let's check in Roblox. I haven't looked at this one in a while.
You see that one in the chat? Yeah, RBLX.
I like Roblox long term. Again, it's similar to why I like Facebook long term. I do think that there is going to be strong value in the AR VR play by getting in early, and I think as far as metaverse stuff like Web3
I was
goes.
about to say, did Roblox get a bounce? I don't follow this stock. Did it get a bounce on the metaverse play?
Yeah, I mean this
Metaverse
whole
names?
look at this whole like November, it ran all the way up to.
So that was metaverse,
Yes and no. I think it was running up maybe before metaverse became.
or is it
like the-
earnings?
Let's see.
I'm checking. 11/8. That was. They had earnings on 11/8, which I'm guessing is the day that there was the gap.
Yeah, it's really strong earnings. But then it came down off those earnings back to like 95, and then ripped all the way to 140, and is now back at 90. I like this more so as just a long-term investment, right? Like I'm gonna this year when I do my Roth contribution, I'm gonna buy some Roblox with that.
All right, and then one more pulling out of the chat. I see ticker DG, Dollar General.
Dollar General.
Quick look at the chart. This is a tough one, I think. Let me pull up a SPY intraday. All right, so here's what I'm thinking about with Dollar General right now, producer AB. So if you zoom in to, can you pull up like a 1 minute or a 5 minute chart? Give me some intraday action on this thing.
Yep, 5 minutes coming your way.
All right, so here's the 5 minute chart. You see that the stock early pre-market and then opened way down, right? Where we closed, let's call it 234. Stock opens somewhere around 227. So opens down $7. It was down on a Wells Fargo downgrade. Wells Fargo previously rated or recommended the stock as an overweight, changes its recommendation to equal weight, throws out a $220 price target. So again, that's the catalyst that causes the stock to trade lower pre-market, granted on very thin volume, but then also open significantly lower. The stock is now even. All right, we're flat on the day in Dollar General. SPY is also flat. So while that intraday looks good, still we're at high of day right now. I don't love that the stock is performing in line with the broader market and had some negative news come out about it.
Yeah, and let's do this. I'm gonna throw up Walmart.
'Cause let's say like if SPY is flat, which it is, then Dollar General, maybe it shouldn't be down $7, but maybe it should be down 0.5% or 1% or something like that.
Right.
A Wells Fargo downgrade isn't as impactful as a Goldman Sachs or a Morgan Stanley downgrade, but it's still a real thing that traders care about. So that's why I'm bringing that point up.
Yeah, and so you can see, so I have Walmart's chart pulled up as a comparison, and you can see they're pretty similar, right? When, Dollar General is going down, Walmart's going down, but if we zoom in just on these past couple weeks, we don't have this big leg down in Walmart like we do in Dollar General. And I think if I wanted to get into this space right now, I would rather get into a name like Walmart, or even let's throw Target up there. I know Dollar General and Target are kind of going to be different consumer bases, different companies, but
See this mid cap stock coming in there too. TWI, I don't know this name. $600 million market cap. We'll have to look at that one, producer AB. I don't know this one.
yeah, let's catch up with the chat, see if we've got any other interesting tickers being thrown out there. I don't know TWI either, so.
Oh, I just got a big push notification, producer AB.
About what?
Antonio Brown officially released from the Buccaneers.
Oh, man.
XFL, baby.
That's probably the least surprising news I've heard all day.
That's definitely the least surprising news I've heard all day.
All right. Anyone else in the chat got anything we should look at? Easy Mike saying Uber's moving on news. Let's check that out. Uber. I also don't like Uber.
And AB, I'm gonna pass back to Spencer Israel because I got a couple of things I need to rip.
Yes,
through.
sir.
Is that fine?
Yep. All right, we're checking out these headlines in Benzinga Pro. Uber shares tick higher as trader Sarah Sethi calls stock a top pick for 2022 on CNBC. Easy Mike, is that the news you're talking about? Or is it this Brazil? No, that's ceasing operations in Brazil.
That was fun, Spencer, that was fun.
Oh, it's happening right now on CNBC that Sarah Sethi picked Uber a 2022 stock of the year. I don't like Uber as a stock that much, but I don't know what her reasonings were, Spencer.
I don't know either. I'm not watching. You know why? Because I'm here with you right now.
Boom.
Did you guys miss me?
I don't know what's going on with my... All right.
All right, it's 12:38. Here's the situation. We're going to have our next guest on in about 7 minutes or so. Here's the rundown for the rest of the day, okay? James Sapirstein, he's the CEO and president of First Wave Biopharma, 12:45. Okay, after James, 1 o'clock, we're doing our latest segment with TradeZero, all about short selling. That'll be at 1 o'clock. And at 1:30, trivia. It's happening right now. Well, not right now. Right here, today. Get trivia questions right, win free swag. Luke, no, I told you, you can't win trivia. What?
Jake Crandall has some YOLO stock picks.
Okay, he's saying that someone else in the office who has some YOLO picks. Maybe if we have time, we'll bring him on the show today. Yeah, he can come on later. Not right now, but later. There is a new
1:30.
Benzinga team member apparently in the office who has YOLO picks for us. While I was off the air just for a few minutes, I want to show you guys something funny that I think that happened. I have to pull it up on my screen though, so give me 1 second to do that. But Aaron, I think today is a momentous day for me in my life.
How come, Spencer?
I think I have officially made it because I'm on Wall Street Bets.
You are?
I think so.
Let me see.
Well, I'm trying to find it. I got sent a screenshot of myself, a picture of me on Wall Street Bets.
Was it in regards to BBIG?
No, thank gosh. Oh man, no. To those who are asking, we are working on getting BBIG back on the show. Here, you guys ready for this? I'm gonna bring it up on my screen.
Oh, it's with Tucky?
Yeah, share screen. Peter, Reddit. Look at this. Your boy. Me and Peter on Wall Street Bets. I've officially made it, AB. Yeah, should we go full screen? I've made it.
What does this have to do with Wall Street Bets? It says Peter Tuckman acknowledges he is a Wall Street Bets.
Because he's a meme on Wall Street Bets.
Right.
And the meme is that when there are pictures of Peter as like article thumbnails, that's bullish.
It's bullish?
It's bullish.
Okay.
So I asked him about that today. And now there he is. And now here I
So
am.
one of your friends just like saw this in the wild and sent it to you?
No, Peter sent this to me. So that's how I knew.
Awesome.
Whoever posted that, thank you. I feel like I've made it now. And now I can die in peace.
And Peter's a great guy. So is David Green.
Peter's cool.
Glad to be working with them.
Mitch is saying I should play the clip. Yeah, I can play the clip.
Yeah, we got time. We got 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we got a few minutes. Here, let's bring it back on. I'll play the clip. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Yes, I've actually been told that recently.
Okay.
I kind of, for the first few weeks,
A little quiet,
I didn't
right?
really know what a meme meant. I mean, I knew it was something that had to do with Wall Street Bets and Reddit, but I understand that I am the bullish indicator in the meme space, and I'm honored to be that person.
Yes. It's only when your picture is used in an article that's the bullish indicator. Is
Correct.
when your
Did
picture
it
is
come
used.
out? Did it pop up this morning yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet. So
All right, so let's back off on putting our pedal to the metal on this one.
all right. There we go. That was fun. Anyway, your boy's famous, everyone. I'll remember all of you. I will never forget you, Aaron.
All right.
When I'm famous, I'll remember you. I promise. And everyone in the chat, Money Mitch, Happy, Solar, Mark, Easy. I'll remember all of you. I swear. When I'm
Spencer's
famous.
getting big time. Spencer's getting too big time for us. Hopefully he'll
yeah.
still make time to do this show with us every day.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so real fast, just to put a bow on the conversation that you and Luke were having, there are a couple of stocks that I'm just watching as my bellwether indicators of the day. Beyond Bed Bath & Beyond is one of them. Okay, we talked about that one already. PayPal is another. Have you guys seen? Have we talked about PayPal today yet?
No.
Okay, I want to bring PayPal up on my screen because it's strong. It's a stock that is in a big downtrend and is having a very good day. What did Luke do to my Pro? Did he do some weird, funky stuff? All right, that's better. Let's bring up the PayPal chart. PayPal's having a strong day. Pronounced downtrend, strong bounce. Can the gains hold? I don't know the answer, but that's what I'm watching. I'm also watching cybersecurity.
FTNT.
The sector's having a really good day today. Like Palo Alto, PANW, up 6%. You just mentioned Fortinet, right? What's Fortinet doing?
Up 4.5%.
Up 4.5%. I'm long the CIBR, the cyber ETF. What? Are you serious? Oh no, that data ain't right. That's up today as well. Yeah. Okay. So cybersecurity is a strong trade today. Cybersecurity, PayPal, and Bed Bath & Beyond. Can the gains hold? I don't know, but those are my bellwether indicators for the day.
Is there a no, I guess there's not. I was gonna see if there's a January 6th anniversary play. DWAC's down today.
There's no dude. Come on. Come on, man. That may have been the most cynical thing. I've said some cynical things, but that was pretty cynical.
DWAC was down 10% though, and it's down 2% now, so it's up 8% from its lows.
I'm bringing us back to reality here. Let's move on and move on into our next guest of the day. Let's bring on James Sapirstein. As I mentioned, he is the president and the CEO of First Wave Biopharma, tickers FWBI. We'll get him on the show right now. How do I do that? There he is. Mr. Sapirstein, how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
I see you've been lurking in the background for a while. I just want to apologize for anything that was said in my absence. I can't speak to these other guys, but I hope it wasn't too crazy.
No worries. It's my company suffering from the case of the shorts, which I know is one of your next guests. So,
well, let's talk about that. Tell us about First Wave. We've had you on other shows before, but you guys just had news. Was it this morning? I think it was this morning, right? You announced the full enrollment of a trial. Let's back up, though, and then we'll get to that. What is in the pipeline right now?
So First Wave basically is a gastroenterological company. We've got products for ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, pancreatic exocrine disorder for cystic fibrosis patients. And our product now, niclosamide, we're studying for COVID-related diarrhea. A lot of the folks who have COVID have been getting some GI effects, about 30% of them.
So what's the what was the news today, and what's the status of that candidate?
So the news today was that our COVID trial is now fully enrolled. It took us a little bit of time to get that done because of all there's over 1,000 COVID products out there. So everyone's been competing for COVID patients. But we finally got our COVID trial completed. We should have the final data in about 45 to 50 days. We're feeling really bullish about this. Our stock, unfortunately, is at an all-time low. But it's obviously a good buying opportunity as data is coming. We have 2 readouts on data. We have this COVID trial now. We're in the middle of another trial for ulcerative proctitis. We hope to have a readout on that the second half of 2022. So within the first half, we'll have 2 major trial readouts for our company.
I didn't realize there was over 1,000 COVID related drugs in the pipeline right now. Is that includes everything? That includes vaccines, treatments, and treatments for COVID related things?
No, that just includes that includes therapeutics. The vaccines are a lot less. It's about 50 to 60 vaccines. There's a lot out there. I know we didn't talk about my background, but I've been around in the infectious diseases area for a very long time. Roche, Bristol Myers Squibb, Gilead, some companies that your listeners are familiar with. I've launched a lot of products into the antiviral space, and you've got to create a lot of products moving forward. The vaccines are not the answer. The vaccines are very helpful, and everyone should get vaccinated. But we will have to, as I keep saying, I've said for the last couple of years, we're going to have to drug our way out of this. We need therapeutics, and we need therapeutics that work. Unfortunately, the first line therapeutics normally aren't the best ones. We're going to spend the next few years developing better therapeutics, and hopefully niclosamide will be one of them.
So, James, you mentioned you've been in this space for a while. From the data coming out so far, do you have a gauge on if these gastrointestinal effects that people are having from COVID are lingering beyond COVID, or is it just when someone has COVID for those 2 weeks, then they're having stomach problems?
Both. You're seeing it with acute cases of COVID, and then you're seeing the long haulers who are having some pretty bad GI effects. In fact, today we had a nurse reach out to us. She saw the news asking for some of our product early access, and we're going to the FDA to ask them, can we give these folks early access? She had COVID a year and a half ago, and she still has the after effects of the COVID with diarrhea. Imagine having GI effects for 18 months. It's not pleasant.
And not to get too into the details, is that what it mostly is? Kind of like Crohn's, effect, or I guess not. Crohn's is more serious than just having diarrhea, obviously. But is that kind of the primary effect that people are seeing from COVID?
Absolutely. Stomach upset. In the brain, you're seeing the brain fog, and some people lose their sense of smell. I know my son has lost his sense of smell for about a year now, but 30% of the patients are getting GI effects.
Wow. James, what kind of government incentives or like from the FDA are there in place right now to encourage companies like yours to develop treatments for COVID when I guess we don't really know how long it'll be an issue for, but typically when you get diseases or anything that are that affect a small population or are rare, the government will incentivize companies like yours to develop drugs that for them when there's not a clear large market. And in this case, obviously it's a very large market, but it's unclear how long COVID persists. So what kind of incentives are there in place for a company like yours?
It's a great question. So even the Biden administration, when they came in, earlier this year, they put $3.2 billion aside through some of the NIH programs to fund programs like this. Unfortunately, companies like mine can't get our hands on it, to be honest. It's usually the big, mid-sized to big companies who have a whole lot of resources that go in and scoop up this money. In fact,
right.
The $3 billion that I just spoke about, Merck and Pfizer got their fair share of it. So the companies that need it most, like anything else, it's the free market that pushes things along. We go to investors, cap in hand, try to make our case, and it's always the investors in the free market that come in and put programs together and fund those programs to keep us moving in the right direction.
So, James, what else is in the pipeline aside from the COVID gastrointestinal candidate?
So we have a study in ulcerative proctitis, which is the lower end near the rectum of ulcerative colitis. It's a fairly large market. UC it's about a $40 billion market. So we have absolutely really good data there. We're really excited to see this program end because we're getting good results with our patients. And then we're going to go into ulcerative colitis. We also have another program with a product called Drulipase, which is for cystic fibrosis patients who cannot process their food very well. Most people think about cystic fibrosis patients as having a disease of the lung, but yes, the lung is infected, but also is their GI tract as well. A lot of these folks have stomach issues, can't gain weight throughout their whole lives. And they need these enzyme supplements to help them absorb their food nutrients. So we have right now what's on the market is a porcine-derived product made by AbbVie. Sells about $1.6 billion a year. We have a natural yeast enzyme, so we're not dependent on pork pancreases and the pork populations. We grow ours through yeast enzymes, and we hope to compete. We're finishing up our phase 2B, we're getting ready to go into phase 3.
And of all these drugs you just outlined for us, what is which of them has the nearest term catalyst, and when would that be?
I think the nearest term catalyst is the trial we just announced today. We're going to have data hopefully within 45 days. If the data is positive, I think the sky's the limit for our stock. If you look at the recent sales projections for Merck and Pfizer, with products are truly, quite frankly, aren't that good. You're looking at $40 billion to $60 billion in sales for those products. If we show positive activity, sky's the limit.
All right. James Sapirstein is the president and CEO of First Wave Biopharma. James, I'm glad we could finally get you on the show. It was a long time coming. So thanks for coming on today, and good luck in the trial. We'll have to keep in touch and find out how that goes.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Hey, I wanted to ping someone in chat just mentioned this as well. We are starting to see some reversals here. Okay, so I mentioned PayPal. We just did get a 15-minute a red bar. We are red on the last 15-minute candle. Somebody mentioned Ford as well. Ford, which has been muted throughout the day, just made a new high of the day just now. So we are seeing some action, some movement. The leaders that had been lagging are, for the moment, back to being leaders. How's AT&T doing? It's trying.
AT&T, this stock has been terrible for the past, 2 years?
It's been great the last week.
Well,
more than that. Last 3 weeks.
We live in a world of what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. How about Verizon? And I want to go intraday here.
AT&T's got a nice dividend, doesn't it?
What? No, they used to. I don't know. I don't think it's nice anymore.
It says 7. Let me find out.
7% yield? No, Chad, help us out. Didn't AT&T cut theirs dramatically, or is that somebody else? I can never keep dividends straight, especially if it's a stock I don't own. Bull Bear Jeff is right about that. Okay, and then I mentioned.
Why? I don't understand why AT&T. They bought they bought
AT&T
HBO.
is who hasn't they bought? Who haven't they bought?
They bought HBO. They bought
AT&T. So I have some insight here, just a little bit, because my dad worked for AT&T many years ago.
Yeah, see, 8% divvy.
Okay,
that's pretty good.
It's fine. AT&T basically was like your bellwether stock. It was one of your most valuable companies in the world. It was one of the highest weightings on the S&P for a long time, and they went on a buying spree.
DirecTV.
They bought Lucent Technologies and then spun that out.
Who'd they merge with originally back in the mid Singular?
Yeah, they bought Singular. They bought Avaya, and they spun that out. They bought Dish. That was a really not Dish. DirecTV. That was a really poorly timed purchase.
Yeah, they bought DirecTV right as satellite TV was being phased out.
Yeah, that was a very poorly timed
and people
deal.
were cable cutting.
And then they just bought Warner Media, and now they're spinning off Warner Media. So,
HBO Plus. I don't know. I mean, it seems like we were talking about this yesterday, Spencer. That content, if you have access to good original content, that's very valuable in the long run.
Yeah, AT&T has been an underperformer for a very long time. That being said, though, like you said, what have you done for me lately? Look at the last 2 weeks. Look at that. Same thing as Ford. Ford's been a laggard for how many? For 2 decades. It's been a beast this year.
And last
couple months. That's true. Okay. So you said while we were on with James that you bought some Airbnb calls?
I did.
You're officially long?
Yeah, I'm down on them right now already.
Oh, it's been 5 minutes.
I know. Yeah, I bought the 170 monthlies that expire February. Let me see. February 18th.
How is Disque doing? Bull Bear's in the chat. Is that what he said? He said Discovery? I think he said Discovery. Oh, gosh. Look at this. Look at Discovery and Viacom together.
This isn't Discovery, the credit card company, right?
No, this is Discovery. That's Discover. This is Discovery.
Oh.
The entertainment.
Discover Financial Services.
Yeah, this is not that. Gosh. I remember watching this, right? This run up, and it wasn't until obviously afterwards we found out that it was Bill Wang. I forgot the name of his firm now.
Archegos,
thank you. This made no sense, but every single day these stocks were going up. Every day.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the Viacom chart.
They look identical. They're one and the same. They're both up there.
Yeah. I didn't even know that. I just looked at the chart and was like, that looks like a...
Yeah, they're identical. Yeah. Oh, man. I like... You have to wonder if they'll ever recover. Maybe they will. I don't know. But, like, that move made no sense. It was just pure market. It was manipulation, frankly. And then when he got margin called, we came crashing down. Man, that's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow. Nothing to do with fundamentals, right? Just pure market BS. But whatever. Let that be a lesson. They're different companies, maybe on paper, but their charts look the same. Okay, it is 12:58. So what we're gonna do here is I do have a.
What time are we supposed to start trivia?
1:30.
Oh shoot! What did I just kick?
I don't know. What you just?
Are we good? I got one more stock that I like right now that I want to talk
can
about.
you bring it up on your screen and pitch it? I have to do one thing to get this segment ready. Okay, cool. I'll be right back.
All right. So we know semiconductors have been hot, right? We know NVIDIA. When we pull up NVIDIA, we know AMD have been hot the past year or so. But TSM, right? So what I'm going to do is we're looking at TSM's chart on the daily right now. I'm going to pull up AMD's. Let's make AMD. I don't know why it always defaults to this purple, and it's very hard to see. So I'll make AMD white, and I'll make NVIDIA yellow, and we'll be able to see, exactly how TSM has been performing compared to these two. So if you can see by this chart right here, right? TSM did not get this same pop that we got from that we saw on NVIDIA and AMD. So my bull case on TSM right now is so they manufacture for NVIDIA, for AMD, that we're going to see TSM catch up to AMD and NVIDIA in the long run. I like TSM right now on a swing trade. Let me take AMD and NVIDIA off the charts, and we can just look at our levels right now.
I'm for it.
On TSM. So we're currently at, 128 a share. We can go back here to our highs of about 142. I like swinging this back up, maybe not to those all-time highs, but back up to like 135. Thoughts, Spencer?
There are many, many worse ideas than this. I can get behind this. I can get behind this trade. Why is it not showing up on my pro though? TSM. Come on, there we go. Say the levels again.
So our previous high back there in earlier 2021 was $142.
Yep.
I like this coming back, maybe not all the way up there, but I'm swinging it. I think to around 135 would be my price target.
Where you would sell. You buy it.
Buy it here, sell at 135.
What about a stop loss? That's easy. You could do that right below there. What's that? 124.
Yeah. We've got levels. We've got.
That's a fine setup. I'm cool with that. I'm not going to take it, but I'm cool with that.
All right.
I have no active trade swing or day trades on. I am looking for swing or day trades. If you see something, say something. TSM is not bad.
But he doesn't love it.
No, I mean no. I have a very different mindset. Like swing at a lot of pitches just because I like it.
What about a crypto
setup?
Like
Doesn't
if we
mean
think
I'm, like, gonna
if we
take
think
it.
Ethereum and Bitcoin are gonna rip, start ripping again.
I can't trade cryptos. I can invest in cryptos, but I can't.
Well, I'm saying a crypto play. So either like a Coinbase.
Give me another one. Square.
Yeah, I don't think Square is gonna move as much.
Here. Let's look at Mara or Riot. How are they doing?
What do you think about Mara?
It will be upfront. When it comes to the fundamentals, I can't keep any of them straight. Any of the miners. Can't keep them straight in my head.
I think Mara is the furthest along among the different miners. Like I like Mara more than Riot or SOS.
I would just I guess for a trade is one thing. I've never really understood the idea of owning a crypto miner.
Yeah, like
Because why wouldn't you want to just own the actual coins? Because when you own a company, you are subject to the risks of owning a company, right? Balance sheet risk, executive risk. There's no balance sheet risk in owning Bitcoin, right? There's no risk of the CEO of Bitcoin getting fired tomorrow, right? Like that's not. Although theoretically, if you've got a miner, I don't know why would that matter, but
well, I think the idea is, and this goes back with gold mining too. If you're in the gold mining
the thing
stocks,
behind the thing is that it?
Well, it's just that you're exposed to some risk, but you're also exposed to a bit better upside too, right? Like if you have a gold mining stock and gold's doing well, then the company has earnings and they report good earnings, and the stock you can actually get better returns through some of the companies than you can the gold itself.
Yeah, Fiat King wants me to buy I just sold my block. I don't want to buy it back. I just sold it. Yeah. Well, we're talking about for a trade here.
Yeah, Vintage has got a good point too, because on a company like Mara or Coinbase that are very volatile, it makes them good for trading options.
All right, that's a fair point on the option side. That's fair. Okay. Let's just never stray too far from the scanner. See if we can find any quick movers right now. Let me make this market cap way larger. Let's make it 500 million. Look at Beyond Meat. And after this, we are going to run a segment with TradeZero. No Vivi today, unfortunately, but she'll be back next week. Look at Beyond Meat. Regained all of yesterday's losses. It popped on the news from Tuesday after the close. Oh, we got this big deal with KFC nationwide, Beyond Meat, Beyond Chicken, fake chicken, and KFCs around the country. Bada bing, bada boom. We rally up to 68. Nope. Just kidding. Rug pull. Sell it all. Closed yesterday at 58. Now back to 66. Oh, tough. This is tricky. I guess you could try to.
Is this on the KFC news or
today or yesterday?
No, I mean like what's it done? So when did the KFC news come out?
You can see it. It was that big green candle on the 4th after the close.
Got it.
That was the KFC news. This is interesting. This is wow. I don't know what to make of that. I guess Beyond Meat historically has been the kind of stock where you want to sell pops. I guess I could maybe try to put on a short here. I don't know. Guess we could suppose we could look at buying puts.
You want to buy puts on Beyond?
I'm sure they're expensive.
Beyond's a great stock to trade options on. Speaking of that,
Really?
very volatile. Yeah,
Well, yeah. Okay, that's true.
it moves, and when it moves a lot. Like it has like 5% days all the time.
Happy Muhammad makes a good point, but I don't actually know that. In this case, like we're talking about Yum Brands, I don't know what kind of international exposure Yum Brands has. I think Yum. Like there's Yum China. Is Yum China just China, or is it other international? Is it other Asian markets? I don't know. I'm asking you. I suppose we could look it up. I don't want to do that right now, though. I just don't know how much international exposure YUM actually has. Maybe they do have it. I don't know. Speaking of food for a second, I saw Papa John's this morning. Not this morning, but today. Did you see PZZA today? Up 3%.
Domino's too.
DPZ, really? I did not see that. How's Domino's doing? Yeah, 1.5%. Good day for food. I heard you talking about Mondelez.
Yeah.
Good day for food. How long is the deal, Easy Mike? Yeah, I'm not. I think it's. Oh, thank you, Happy. See, Happy just did the work for us. Yum Brands. No, I knew that part. Happy. I wanted to know about the U.S. versus international. Roy says Yum is huge in India. Okay, thank you, Roy. Easy Mike, how long is the deal? I confess not to know. Sorry.
What's going on with trivia, Spencer?
We're doing trivia, but first we have to do this segment with TradeZero. So we pre-recorded this segment. If you've been watching our show for a few weeks, you know that we do the sponsored segment about short selling with TradeZero. I've got the CEO of TradeZero and a trader who uses the platform to talk all about the basics of short selling, how it works, and how they do it. So we're gonna have Dan and Steven back on live next week. But for this week, we're going to air a pre-recorded segment about how to control your risk with short selling. It is the most important thing, right? How to control your risk. Because, in theory, stocks can go up forever, which means your risk is unlimited. Well, they're going to talk about how to control your risk. Right now, here it is, Zero Hassle Short Selling, brought to you by TradeZero. Welcome to another episode of Zero Hassle Short Selling with TradeZero. I've got my guys here, Dan Pipitone, the CEO of TradeZero, and Steven Johnson joining me today. Guys, what's up? How are we doing?
Spencer. Steven, how are you?
Very good.
All right. We are talking about probably the most important thing when it comes to short selling today, and that is controlling your risk. We've touched on this in prior episodes. Obviously, when you're betting on downside, stocks can go against you theoretically forever because they can go up forever. So how do you control your risk when shorting? That's the topic of today's show. That's what we're going to get at. And I'll start with you, Steven, because you're a trader and you're shorting stocks all the time. So how do you control your risk?
Man, it's trading isn't easy. Let's just say that first off. And we're always learning, and I'm learning now. But I mean, so I can answer it twofold. First of all, for a beginner, the easiest way to control risk is to short such low amounts that the monetary value isn't going to generate some crazy level of emotion where you panic or you freak out. That's the first thing. And like, I'm sure Dan will agree, like no one wins when you blow up as a trader. Nobody wins. Like
no one whatsoever. Everyone loses.
Right? Because you
except maybe
just lost your money.
At the other end of your losing trade. That person wins.
Yeah,
but other than that, everyone else loses.
So just to know, nobody wins. Like the broker doesn't win when you blow up. You don't win when you blow up. The idea is to keep everyone in the game as long as possible, because in that way, everyone makes money. So the first way is to trade small. When you're a beginner, the most important thing is to stay in the game as long as humanly possible so that you learn from the mistakes, you learn from the market tuition to the point where then you can find an edge or a profitable strategy that you can profit from. But the first tip is like cut your losses at $10.
It's all about percentage gains, right, Steve? You're making those percentage gains. The dollar amounts will come later, but the percentage gains are what you're looking to get, especially when you're first starting off.
Yeah, but I mean, risk management is basic. It's and I still remind myself of this thing today. Is whenever I look at any trade, I ask myself a few questions. But before any trade, I ask a question: what is the risk rewards, and what is the probability it will work? Because if the probability of working is 80% and the risk reward is 1-for-1, it's a profitable strategy. If the risk reward is say 50-50, but sorry, if the probability is 50-50, but the risk reward is 3-to-1, it's a profitable strategy. but you just don't want to be putting yourself in situations where the probability is 50-50 and you can lose more than you can make.
All right. So, Stephen, how do you know what the risk reward is, what the probability is on a trade you're making?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And one half of the answer is experience and seeing the same situation over years. The faster way to find the answer is data tracking. It's essential to data track, especially to the short side. I will track every gapper from that's gap more than 25% up, and I'll say what did it open at, what did it close at, what was the high day, what was the low of the day, what was the volume, what's the sector, what's the news, what's the chart history, and I will know. Once you've tracked for 1 month, 2 months, you can say, this stock is trading exactly the same as that stock. And 70% of the time it fills out this area. So then you know, like, this is me risk, this is me reward, this is the probability. And that's stock trading.
Dan, from the broker side, what kinds of tools exist within the platform to help people like Stephen and others control their risk?
Sure. Well, we're always, encouraging people to, to set tight stop loss, especially in the beginning when they're first starting off, whether that be a sell stop if you're long or a buy to cover stop on the short side. Separately, we also empower the trader with the ability to have us kind of, in a heavy-handed way, manage risk for them. And what do I mean by that? So folks that come onto the platform, they can actually set daily loss or profit limits. We understand we're all people, right? And so trading as a learning process, it's understanding the patterns and some of the stuff that Steve is talking about, but it's also very heavily reliant upon people's discipline. And so many times, especially when you're first starting out, that's not something that you want to just leave to chance or leave up to yourself if you're not really sure that you can be disciplined. So we offer people the ability to tell us, okay, if I hit this amount of profit for the day, automatically close me out and restrict me from further trading. Conversely, on the downside, if I've lost this amount of money, you'll automatically sell me out. The risk system does that in an automated way. And it will prevent me from doing any further trading until either the trader asks us to lift those limits for the day. It is their money. They can decide whatever they want. Or if not, automatically the next day, the restriction will be lifted and they can then go about their trading. So it sets some sort of governors that the trader knows that exist, that they have little immediate way to change that, other than interacting with us at the firm.
Dan, can you elaborate more on sort of why it's also in your best interest as the platform to not have people blow up on trades? I mean, as far as obviously,
sure,
nobody wants to blow up, but like, if someone were to blow up on a trade, that doesn't mean you made out on the trade, right?
That's correct. I mean, it's not like we're taking the other side where what the trader loses, we make. That's not it at all. We're a transactional based business for the most part. And so the more customers that we have doing transactions, the better we are. And the more, so when a customer loses all their money, it does a bunch of things. One, leaves a bad taste in their mouth, generally about the markets, potentially also about us because we were attached at the time where they lost the money. The trader is in just not a good space, from the perspective of having, taken losses that were potentially unexpected. But also, I think there is some level many times of traders being kind of, upset with themselves because, they have a certain rule set, they have a certain plan of action plan that they may not have stuck to, on the trade or trades that caused them to lose their money. So we're ever mindful of, trying to empower people with information, with stories of success for people who, have potentially been in their shoes at this particular point in time where they're either starting off or trying to figure things out, and give them different looks and opportunities to listen to folks like Stephen, who have really turned the corner on, going from figuring it out to becoming a more consistent and profitable trader.
Stephen, I'm wondering what sort of advanced tips you could give to assuming someone is not a beginner and they've done this before? What sort of advanced tips that you can give to people when it's just risk control?
No, honestly, the most advanced tips are the simplest, and there's a golden rule in trading of KISS, like keep it simple, stupid, and it's so true. Like just keep the rules as simple as possible, because the simpler the rules are, the more likely you are to follow them. So, for example, especially for newer traders, and even for me, like I've made this mistake countless times this year, and I'm still like learning. It's like, for me, be careful shorting low floats, like stuff like 3 million, 4 million, especially if you're new. Like don't rush to the door, because with these extremely limited supply stocks, particularly when they're extremely highly in demand, so for example, if a stock is trading 30 million pre-market and the float is 3 million, it's rotated its float 10 times. It's when the volume kicks in 930, 931, it's going to go through the roof. That float's going to flip and flip and flip, and extreme volatility can happen. And when extreme volatility happens, it can be difficult to control emotions. So I've keep it simple, stupid rules of don't short stocks with extreme volume. Don't short stocks with tiny floats. If there's nothing to trade that day, don't trade. For me, put yourself in a country, if possible, where there's fun things to do. Like, don't be in a terrible, like I used to be in England and it was raining all day and there was nothing ever to do. And I would just take trades out of boredom. Like, it's the worst idea ever. Try and the best advice someone ever gave me was Tim Boney. He was like, make sure you've got like a freelance gig, or make sure you've got another job, or make sure you've got another interest, so you don't trade when the market's quiet, because you just make mistakes, and that's where blow-ups happen.
Do either of you have any things that you found are like the most common mistakes either you've made or you've observed, or like the lowest hanging fruit that you see people make over and over and over again?
It's the refusal to take small losses.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one, right? People just let small losses turn into, trader and account killers.
Yeah. A guy that I know, I think it's Michael Huddy. He's well known for saying the best traders know how to consistently lose. And it's a really great phrase. You've got to consistently lose to win. You've got to be able to consistently take losses to win. And if you can't consistently take losses, you'll just take a massive blow-up loss. And it's tough. Right. And also for me, it's when trading's going well, it's very easy to be disciplined. But when it's not going so well, it's hard to be disciplined. And this is something that I'm working with right now. It's like when things aren't going your way, it's hard to be disciplined when things aren't working. But it's easy to be disciplined when you win all the time, because you just cut a small loss and then you take the next trade. So it's another thing I'm still figuring on my end.
No, it's a great point, because sometimes your best trades can be your losers. It's your best trade is the loser that you cut down 5% as opposed to down 50%, right? But I think people can be afraid sometimes to take a loss because that's an admission that you were wrong.
Correct.
But
pride gets involved for sure.
But you know what happens if you never sell your losers and you sell your gainers, and at the end of the day, what do you end up with? You end up with a portfolio of losers.
Man, losers hold losers. Losers hold losers. Winners. That's it, though. Losers hold losers. It's as simple as that.
That's good. All right. Dan Pippadone is the CEO of TradeZero. Steven Johnson is a trader who uses the platform. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. To learn more, click the link in the description, in the chat, the link on the screen right now, and we'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one.
Thanks, Spencer. Yes. Be well. Be well,
Thanks,
Stevie.
Thank you.
All right. I hope you guys enjoy that. We will be doing those segments recurring every single week. Some live, some pre-recorded. We're open to your feedback, what you like, what you don't like. But the bottom line there is if you're going to short anything, control your risk, trade small, keep notes, take losers. Trading is the art of losing in a way, right? Take losers. Look at Aaron and I. We take losers all the time. I took a loser this morning in Zillow. Yesterday or 2 days ago in Palantir.
Yeah,
So-
I gotta. Maybe one day we should do a like trading tax 101 day, because I gotta.
Well, we have, I mean, tax days in a few months. So before April 15th, right? We could do that.
Yeah, we got a few months. What's it? What's the filing called from your brokerage account?
Top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
It's I-9 or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
So
that's like the worst day of the year.
basically, I have 3 months to get all that stuff together. That's good to know.
Well,
that'll
well-
be a future Aaron problem.
Well, that's an argument for having not too many accounts.
Oh,
Because
hey, look, we've had this guy on our show before.
yeah. So in theory, your broker should
1099,
give all
yes.
that to you.
That's what it is.
Your broker should provide all that. The problem becomes when you have like 5 different accounts at 5 different places and finding all that stuff. It's pain in the ass. But
I will say this is not like paid for promotion plug or anything. It's super easy. I've found to do my taxes on TurboTax, the app.
I have a thing against TurboTax.
Really? What's that?
The software is fine, right? It's easy to do your taxes, whatever. But you have to pay for TurboTax.
No, you
And-
don't. I don't.
You don't pay for TurboTax?
I never have.
Really?
I literally just like hold my phone up to the W4. It like scans it, enters all the information automatically. I click a button.
No, TurboTax ain't free.
Yeah, it is. I've never paid for it. Unless I'm paying for it somehow that I don't know. Like they're selling my data or something, which I'm fine with. If I'm not paying for it up front.
Okay. The thing I had against TurboTax was that it wasn't free. I didn't realize. I mean, I thought you had to pay for it. So
No, there is like a paid for. Like it always asks me, do I want to pay like $30 or something? And it'll somehow do my taxes better. Oh, this year, Proton?
I thought it was never free.
Are you kidding me?
But no. But the bottom line is, it's supposed to be free. There's a law that everyone it has to be provided free access to tax software. But TurboTax has gone out of their way to make it really, really hard to find their free software.
Yeah. So, see, this is what I always thought, Solar Up, that the simple version is free. There, it always asks me, do you want to pay like?
There it is, Vista Wanderer. Thank you very much.
Oh, so that's why it's always been free for me.
All right. We're going to have trivia in a couple of minutes. We're getting ready for that right now. We're going to have 5 or so people on answering or running through some technology-themed trivia questions. Today is National Technology Day.
CES is going on.
I did not make that day up. It is a real holiday.
Can you go? I want to see what are the highlights from CES so far. We were maybe going to go, but...
We can't... There may be some trivia questions about that.
Oh, really?
So...
I just haven't seen any like articles or anything come out of CES yet, as far as like cool.
Well, stay tuned for trivia, and you
things
might
announced.
find out. How about that? Right, Bull Bear Jeff. Yeah, this is true, but also there is like a.
But we're talking about too, like you can buy that box they sell in the stores, like you'll see at like Walmart or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
It'll be,
what
like,
I
a
always
TurboTax.
thought.
No, I always just had the TurboTax app, and it's like the Intuit TurboTax app,
Okay.
and it literally is just.
I have a question.
Huh.
If you have the app and then delete it, does that mean you don't have to pay your taxes?
So here's what I always thought is if I ever like they came back to me and were like, oh, you did X, Y, and Z wrong, I could just be like, it was TurboTax, like it's just an app.
No,
I just, like,
that dude, that does not fly. That
well,
does not
I
fly.
think they've got bigger fish to fry. I don't think they're coming after me.
That's what they all say.
I know.
That's what everybody says until boom, IRS at your door.
No, it's like completely like not. I've always been worried about like messing something up on my taxes, not in any like malicious way, just
Yeah.
of me like not knowing the tax code and doing something wrong.
Yeah, no
which
one-
that shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't. Like
Dude,
it shouldn't be the onus shouldn't be on me to figure out how much money I owe the government. They should just tell me, "Hey, you owe X amount, or we're giving you X
I think
amount."
America is the only like.
They're literally
first
like, "Yeah,
world
you
country
figure
in
this
the
out.
world.
Oh, and by the way, if you have trouble figuring out and you mess something up, you can go to jail or pay a ridiculous amount of fines."
we know what you owe us.
Yeah.
But we're not going to tell
We're
you.
not gonna tell
you.
you. You
figure it
figure it
out. You send it to us, and we'll tell you if you're wrong.
It's crazy.
Doesn't make sense.
It's crazy.
That's what made 2020 like funny in like a twisted sort of way when they started giving everyone checks, the stimulus checks, and it's like, wait a minute, the system was not designed to give money; it was only designed to take your money or to receive money. But they ended up getting it figured out. But anyway, okay, we're getting trivia ready, so stay tuned for that in like T-minus 2 or 3 minutes. Producer Rohan and producer Aaron.
In the meantime, we can talk about. We just saw this deal announced this morning that the New York Times is buying The Athletic.
Yeah, I can't believe this. I mean, I can, but I can't. So the Athletic, if you don't know, is a subscription-based sports news website. They went on a massive hiring spree like 2 or 3 years ago. It was a VC-backed company. They raised a shit ton of money, and they've been trying to find a buyer for a while. There have been whispers that they were going to merge with Axios. There have been rumors of the New York Times that they were on and off and on and off, and will they, won't they? Well, today they will. The report is from the information that the New York Times is buying The Athletic for $550 million. And frankly, I'm stunned that The Athletic was able to find a buyer. They've got, let's see how many subscribers does The Athletic have. I know they have a little over 1 million subscribers, but
I wonder how many of those million are paying the like $1 a month.
So I can tell you, as a Athletic subscriber, I have never paid the full price. The full price is, I think, like $65 a year. I have never paid that price. Every year I cancel my subscription, and every single year they get me back for like the Black Friday special, like $1 a month, and I'm like, all right, for $12 a year I'll do it. But I've never paid full price on their subscription. But hey, props to them. There was this whole like media blitz campaign a few years ago when they were like, we're gonna kill newspapers, or we're gonna bleed them dry, and here they are 3 years later, and they just sold to a newspaper. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think this move actually makes sense for New York Times. I think if you look at a lot of the traffic trends we're seeing in media, something that USA Today actually did a while ago was they went around and bought all the biggest college football blogs.
Yep.
Like SB Nation, like all that, and a lot of those blogs.
USA Today didn't buy SB Nation.
Or not SB Nation. What about the
like the Scout or
like the regional, college football blogs.
Okay.
Do a ridiculous amount of traffic. So I think New York Times does its own sports coverage already.
Yeah.
But I think they're seeing that they're missing some market in the sports media industry, and they're like, yeah, for New York Times, $550 million, that's chump change.
It's not though. It's not chump change. Well, what is the New York Times market cap? Let's find out right now. I'm gonna guess like 30.
30 bill.
I'm gonna guess 30.
So that's
no. Oh, well, way off. It's 7.6. 7.6 market cap. $7.6 billion market cap. $550 million. That's not a drop in the bucket.
No, that's like.
It's not a drop in the bucket for the New York Times.
A little less than 10%.
What was their revenue last quarter? Let's go to their earnings here and let's just look. Revenue. Okay, so that's basically more than an entire quarter's worth of revenue. Yeah, that ain't nothing.
No, you're right. It's not nothing.
Anyway, hey guys, are we good on trivia? What's going on here?
We are in fact good on trivia.
We are in fact good on trivia.
Yeah, that's what we are.
Okay, I hear the voice of Rohan in my ear.
Yes, you do.
He says we're good to go. I don't see you, though. I don't see you. I don't see Aaron, and I don't see our guest. We have a special guest.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm here.
Boom.
Whoa!
That was crazy.
Hey-o.
Okay, if you've watched our channel before, you know Rohan on the top left. You know Aaron on the bottom left. Sorry, bottom right. I can't. Directions are hard. Bottom left, new face. Introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Jake. I'm on the newsletter support team here. My first time at the headquarters, so just
Hey, Jake. Real quick. What's up? Good to meet you. Could you pull that mic like close to your face, like within a couple inches of it?
There we go.
There you go. That's where it's supposed to be. Yep.
Jake, is this your first time in the state of Michigan?
It is, man. It's cold. I'm from South Carolina, man. It's too cold. Too cold up here.
Oh, man.
Well, Jake, welcome to the office. Welcome to Benzinga. Welcome to the show. Rohan, you want to explain trivia?
Sure. I will go ahead and do that. Folks, people in the chat, people playing with us, if you have not played trivia before, this is a fun little game we like to do to relax, unwind a little bit, but it does not lack in competition. We take it quite seriously, in fact. So how does this work? Basically, there's going to be a series of questions that pop up on the screen here, and each one being multiple choice with 4 options, each one with a number corresponding to that option. And why would you do that?
I didn't. No one told me I couldn't hit this.
Undo it.
What are you doing?
I'll just do it.
Come on.
Jeez, come on, man.
I didn't know I couldn't click that button. I was gonna go run and grab my laptop because I realized without my laptop I'm not gonna be able to.
Go get it.
I'm not gonna be able to play trivia.
Just go get it.
Just go get it.
Just go get it.
Anyway.
Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, folks, back to what I was saying. What you're going to do is you're going to type the number in the chat. So if you want option 2, you hit 2 in the chat as quickly as you come up with the answer, because, of course, the winner is the person who answers not only the most questions correctly, but does so the fastest. So warm up, get those fingers stretched out, get that brain ready to move, because there is a prize on the line here. Spencer, what's our prize today?
Some free swag.
Swag.
Swag.benzinga.com. Check it out. Okay, yes, I see the cues dropping. Just like I see what you see. Cues are dropping. We're watching the market too, but we're having some fun right now.
Yes.
All right.
All right, so if Aaron Bree is back, are we ready to play some trivia?
Yep. So just to recap, I can't click any of these buttons up here.
Yeah, don't.
What about
well,
the
you can do the soundboard.
sound ones?
Yeah, you're good with the soundboard.
Oh. Stop.
Very nice.
There's a kind of there's a delay there.
Aaron, why?
Make your dreams come true.
Aaron, why are you the way that you are, man?
Do it.
I have no clue.
Love it. I love
I've
it.
been wondering that for a long time.
All right.
Long time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get us started on the trivia, get the countdown going. Where is my little scene that I've built out? Here we go. Let's go ahead, get that started. All right, with the little saucy transition.
Oh.
Boom. We're ready for some trivia.
Okay, technology trivia. Talon, yes, this is Benzinga.
Bazinga.
Talon wants to know.
Bazinga.
This is Benzinga.
I feel like I'm getting kind of an echo going on.
I don't know.
Oh, I think it's probably from me.
Oh, can you pull your mic closer and drop your gain a bit? Because it's going to like pick me up. Yo.
All right, I'll read the first question. On a Wednesday at CES, BMW unveiled a new car that does what? It does 1.
I know.
Run on solar power. 2. Have 1 long headlight and tail light. 3. Change color. Or 4. Can also float on water. Put your number in the chat. Full disclosure, I came up with this question, so I know the
I don't
answer.
know this one. I do not know this one.
Okay.
Call that bad boy the BMW Chameleon.
What? You just gave it away.
No, that's
You
just
just
his
gave it away.
guess.
What
That's just his guess.
It's just a guess.
He just said he
I'm allowed to say what I think it is.
I think I'm going to go with that one then.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Wait, chameleons run on solar power, right?
No, they float on water.
If they're dead, yeah.
Isn't there like one of those salamanders or whatever that can run on water?
Seen a lot of threes.
A sound bender? What'd you say?
A salamander. Salamander.
I think we're seeing more threes just with the little hint that was given.
Okay, well the answer came in.
Surprise,
It was
motherfucker.
3.
That was not the right sound.
AB, you're the worst.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't Aaron. That was Rohan.
I'll read this one. When Gmail first launched, how much storage did it provide for your email? 1 unlimited, 2 5 gigabytes, 3 512 megabytes, or 4 1 gigabyte?
I think 3 is so specific.
I'm gonna go with 3 because
It
that
could be
seems like
1
a-
though. I feel like Google.
It might be a
no way it's
gigabyte
1.
though. I feel like a gigabyte is pretty reasonable.
Pretty sure they sent everybody to the moon on like a really low amount.
Do you remember
space.
Google Plus? Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Wait, Jake, what was your answer?
I went with 4.
All right, I went with 3.
1 gig.
Again, no idea.
3 was just so specific. It's such a random...
I think it's 2. I went with 3, but now I think it's 2. I feel like I remember when I.
Spencer, it's
I was
not
bouncing
specific.
between 3 and 4.
That's storage sizes.
Oh.
That's just how storage sizes go.
I'm revising my official answer. To
For those of you who don't know, 512 megabytes is half a gigabyte. But
I did not know this.
1,024 megabytes is 1 gigabyte. Yeah.
All right. Well, number 4 was the correct answer, not the one I picked. But to those of you who knew it was a gig, only 4 of you got that right. So congrats. You are some smart cookies. Who's next?
Email ahead of its time. Jake, take it away. How about that?
What does the MP stand for in MP3? Man, music player, moving picture, multipass, micro point. What you guys thinking?
I'm gonna say music player. Since it's obvious that right, it's an MP3, but I suppose it could be 2 or 4 as well. Probably not micro point.
I can't.
If you think about it, right? I want to say multipass or micro point because if you think about it, you have MP4. MP4 is not just music; it's video.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably multipass. Now that I'm really thinking about it.
Oh, that's a good one, Aaron. Aaron's thinking.
Thomas, big brain.
Well,
over
he
there.
is our IT director.
Aaron's
so,
thinking. Okay. I guess 2.
Go with 2.
Because MP4, it would make no sense. Music player.
I'm going with
for
2.
a video file.
Yeah, it's definitely 2.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa! Hold on. Hold the phone.
Is that right?
There is no picture in MP3.
Hold on. Enver, what did you do? Is this right?
All right, Aaron is doing some research to verify.
Was this a trick question?
I mean, it could be just a stupid name. You never know. So, like,
that's unbelievable.
It's certainly possible.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna hit this one. In 1975, Atari unveiled its first home game console at CES, a show that happened not too long ago. What game was on the console? Was it Tennis for Two, Space Race, Pong, or Pac-Man? I personally have a thought as to what this might be.
Wait, CES has been going on for that long?
I guess so. It's a big boy show. I guess I'm gonna say it's Pong. What are you guys thinking?
Interesting.
I think it's Pong too. Do you know, Rohan? Can you guess the first year of CES?
It was Pong.
I'm gonna say like 1963.
Close, 1967.
Oh,
New York City.
Wow.
And by the
That's
way, you said
really long
CES didn't happen too long. It's still ongoing. Ends this Saturday.
Oh, there we go. That's what I meant. I'm losing track.
All right, I came up with this question, so I'm not gonna.
Ooh, in 2001, Microsoft officially unveiled the design of its Xbox console at CES. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was an easy
Did
one.
you know? Do you know who they used to? Which celebrity they used to unveil the Xbox?
The Rock.
Yes, sir.
Actually?
Yeah.
I literally just guessed.
Aaron Thomas, is this you?
All right. .at is the top level domain for what country? Austria?
I don't know this.
Australia, Argentina, or Angola?
Wait, Austria and Australia aren't the same place?
No, dude.
Nah.
Steve Irwin's from one, Hitler's from the other.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with it's not Australia's AU. I'm gonna go with Austria, number 1.
I'm gonna screw. I put Argentina because why not? Yeah.
I'm go Argent.
Austria.
Shout out to Javier.
Dude, wait, can we go back to how I just randomly guessed a celebrity and it was The Rock and it actually is? Maybe I've seen this video of him and Bill
I feel
Gates
like
before.
You've seen it. Like he definitely just collabed on the Xbox Series X drop. That's why you might have seen it.
Man. I don't even remember what I guessed. Let's see, whatever.
I said Argentina.
I think I said Austria. Oh!
Oh.
Let's
Well,
go.
the obvious answer wins it. Congrats.
I don't know how that was obvious, but all right. Nice. We got the correct sound effect.
All right.
All right, I'll read this one.
Okay. You go for it.
All right. When did the first virtual event take place? Ooh, 2001, 1993, 1990, or 1980?
1993 is my guess. Why
Yep.
not?
2001 is my
Does like
guess.
a LAN party count?
I don't know. I'm going to guess 2001.
That would have been 2001 anyway, or 1999.
I feel like it's got to be number 2,
But
1993.
I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3, or it could be 4. You never know.
I just remember seeing video conferencing technology for the very first time around 01 and being like blown away. So that's my guess.
Back in the
3.
good old days of Skype.
Jake, what say you?
Don't
I
they have
went number 2. I
virtual?
went 93. My birth year, man. Had to do it.
Oh dang.
Dude, what happened to the QQQs?
Yeah, I know. We're nothing crazy. We're dipping. We're dipping. I'm
Might have
keeping an eye on
might have
things.
a little bounce back here at the end of the day. We'll see.
Oh,
93.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that, man.
the strategy
That was
is at
lucky,
play again.
All right. How many questions do we have today? Do we know?
I didn't really check, to be honest.
Okay. Probably a couple more.
Oh, this is the last one.
This is the last one.
Oh, yeah, there we
Jake,
go.
why don't you do us the honors?
All right, man, I'll do it. What was the first mobile phone with internet connectivity? Man,
Ooh, I'm gonna go with that good old Nokia.
yeah,
feel like
9,000 communicator.
I think so too, because I feel like
Nokia's got to be it.
I feel like Nokia was like the leader back then.
They were.
Motorola was pretty solid too, though.
I had a Nokia. My first phone was a Nokia. Fun fact.
I think my first phone was an LG.
So, somewhere in my house, I still have the original 3010 or whatever, the indestructible Nokia phone.
My first phone was also an LG, Aaron.
I remember playing Snake on the Nokia all the time.
I had a Nokia.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a Nokia
And
flip
Space
phone.
Invaders.
I had a flip phone. Dude, flip phones were freaking sweet.
Yeah, they were.
The
No, I had a
Nokia,
Razor, man.
that
The
Nokia
Razor was
brick,
my first phone.
the Nokia brick with Snake on it.
Yeah, that was great. I had so much fun.
Oh,
with
that
game.
thing was goaded. That was
You knew
goated.
you'd never get mugged or robbed because you're always.
That was the
carrying a
meta. That was the meta back then.
That was the meta. Hey, it was Nokia. Awesome. All right, let's see who won.
All right, let's see our winner for today. Can we get a drum roll?
Let's go.
All right, that does not count.
Not count. Ashton. Ashton Tam.
Hey, but number 4, I'll take that. I'll take that. All right, but yes, Ashton, you are our winner today. Congratulations on your glory of winning Benzinga Trivia, today's tech segment. Of course, you know what to do, and if you don't, email shows@benzinga.com to claim your prize.
We'll put it up on the screen.
Thank you so much for playing today.
Where is it? How do I get it up on the screen? Email. There it is. Shows@benzinga.com.
Yeah, full disclosure, I bribed Enver and he sent me the questions beforehand.
That's the only solution here.
And you still got one wrong.
Yeah, I mean, Spencer wrote some of these questions, so I don't see him winning.
Tiny Pie, I would never get it if I sent swag to myself.
That's funny. All right. That was fun. Alrighty.
all right.
Rohan, Jake, Aaron, thank you guys so much for playing. Jake, before we let you go, Luke said you had hot stock tips for us. You got any hot picks?
Man. No, I mean,
No.
the only thing I'm really watching today, because they have earnings, is Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm just kind of keep my eye on. I might enter a yellow 15 call here to swing into.
Wait, didn't Bed Bath & Beyond earnings already come out?
Yeah.
Oh, they did come out. Okay.
Yeah, that was
My
this
timing's
morning.
wrong. Yeah, dude, I told you I haven't been able to look at stock stuff yet.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
You know,
I'm not
next
not
time.
gonna
Listen,
hold it
tomorrow.
against you. Not gonna hold it against you. All right. Wait. By the way, do we have any
maybe,
earnings tonight? Or, I should probably look.
I mean, maybe I don't know. A Q. I think Qs might have a little pop here at the end.
Oh, we did get a little bounce in QQQ.
We already got it. Okay.
Not much, but it got all the way down to about even on the day, and now popped back up about 1/4% on the day.
Okay.
All right, you know who reports earnings tonight? WD-40.
Oh,
Someone
man.
said that was their stock of the year.
Might be a slippery trade.
Yeah, if you're still
Yeah.
Come on.
Sneaky.
if you're still out in the chat, the person who said WD-40 was their stock of the year, let us know. Give us your thesis on that.
Yeah, because nobody buys. Because you buy it once in your life, right?
Right. Like, how often do you need to buy? I mean, it's got to be some sort of industrial, B2B.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You're
I
looking
kind
at-
of
Spencer's looking at
work
sushi.
my way through a couple of cans,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at this other earnings report tonight.
Speaking of sushi, Aaron and Rohan, have you guys gotten lunch yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of late to that trend, bro.
Are there what other earnings we have here at the end of the day? Anything or after hours?
Yeah.
Constellation Brands and Walgreens.
No, that already happened. He asked about what we have yet.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. If we have anything after hours here.
We do. We have a couple. WD-40 and Kira Sushi, which is KRUS, which is or Kura, which is the sushi, this Japanese style sushi chain that I think is only in California or something. but they're a public company. They report tonight.
No, they have one here. It's the conveyor belt sushi.
Oh, that's
places.
right. They have one in Troy.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
we talked about this stock.
Yeah, I've been
someone-
meaning to try that out.
Who
Yeah.
was it? Someone pitched it to us a while ago, and it actually did really well. After
Should we do some boots on the ground research and go?
Dude, I don't know. That sounds
I'm here for
good.
it. Let's do it.
Team meal?
Oh, that
Team
could be
bonding,
good.
man.
All right, let's look it up. Kira Sushi.
I tried to go there once. There was quite the line.
Yeah, it's pretty
bullish.
popular.
Should we call?
Yeah, they're busy whenever I drive by there. So
It's open until 10. I was
Yeah,
just
any
in
of
Troy.
those-
I was just in Troy this morning for a car. Oh, you guys want to hear my Fire Fest of the day?
Yeah, sure.
hit us.
Well, my Fire Fest was so I had to. First of all, I scheduled this car appointment like to get service done, just like routine service for 7 a.m. I don't know what I was thinking doing that. I think I was like, all right, yeah, I'll be able to like get it done, get to work. Like I won't have to like leave work early. But who schedules car service at 7 a.m.? So that was my first Fire Fest that I had to wake up at like 6 a.m. to get over there. Second Fire Fest was the only thing I was looking forward to it is I have like an all black car that's been covered in that white stuff from
It's called salt.
yeah. Snow. Like snow and the white stuff that's on the roads. Jake doesn't have to deal with that down in South Carolina, but anyway, like who would think a black car could get that dirty? But at the dealership, when they do
Everybody.
Yeah, literally everyone.
at the dealership when they do the NCal, that was I don't know. Anyway, when you get service done at the dealership, they wash your car for free, and that was like the only thing I was looking forward to. I was like, all right, at least I'll get up and my car will be all like clean and stuff. They finished the service, and the lady's like, oh, by the way, it's too cold for us to use our wash today. So,
Wait, yesterday you said you'd be in by 9.
I know. Okay, so here's,
So he said
here's what happened, Spencer.
Okay.
My plan was to get to the car dealership place like in my work clothes, ready to go straight from there to work. What actually ended up happening was I went there like straight out of bed. So I was like a complete bum in the waiting room of the car place. And I had to go back home after and shower and change. And then I came into the office.
We agreed that he would be in around like 9 today.
Yeah.
And he strolls in at like 11:25,
I
just
know.
like strolls into work.
Yeah, that was on me. That was my bad.
It's like
Yeah,
it's almost noon.
It's not free. Well, it's so my car's a lease, so technically like the maintenance is free, but I'm also like paying for the lease. So it's,
you already paid for it. is what
yeah,
I'm saying.
I've paid for it.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. Either way, the next I learned my lesson. No more 7 a.m. Car appointments.
Yeah.
7 a.m. appointments in general. Jeez.
Especially not for you.
Yeah, too
No.
early.
Some of us can wake up early. Just
Yeah, Spencer gets into the office at 7 a.m. like every single day,
it's true.
and he's here till like 6 p.m. every single day.
Some days later.
Some days later.
Yeah. Bob, we can do that, Bob.
Is that WD-40?
Yeah, we can look at the 10-year chart.
All right, Spencer.
All right,
We're
Aaron,
gonna-
Rohan, Jake, not from State Farm, Jake from Benzinga. A pleasure to have you guys all on the show. Thanks for playing trivia with us. And
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fun.
see
Thank
you
you
guys
for having
around.
That was
us.
a good time.
All right. Well, with that,
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
we'll be leaving.
All right.
Cool. See you guys.
All right, we got 10 minutes left in today's show. There will be a roadmap today. I know
Really?
yesterday I said there was going to be a show and then there wasn't. But I have been assured that there will be a roadmap today once this show ends. If there isn't, I will look very dumb for the second day in a row. But I've been assured that there is a show. Chris is prepared to do a show today. But I think Maz, actually I know Maz has COVID, so I don't know whether he'll be there or not. But we are doing a show today after this, and then after that we got At the Close with Joel and I at 3:30. And by the way, oh no, I already mentioned the fact tomorrow's going to be a weird day. I'll say that again. Tomorrow we're doing pre-market prep, then we're going to do live trading, and then we're not going to do anything live show-wise during the day from like 10 a.m. to 3:30 basically, because we have our quarterly team-wide meeting. So that'll be that. Okay, let's check back in on stonks and see what we've missed here. Where was that long-term chart of WD-40? WDFC. Come on, this laptop is good, but it's also slow sometimes. Okay. Yeah, that's a great long-term trend. That's actually, wow. That's pretty impressive. What's Intuitive Surgical doing? Or no, that's not Intuitive. ISIG. Someone just mentioned
Insignia.
that. So I'm sorry. I thought that was Intuitive.
What's the one that Matt Kolb likes? Inseego? That's different?
Yeah, it's different. Intuitive is ISRG. Right? I was off by a letter. So wait, is there news here? Let's check it. Check the news feed. When in doubt, check the news feed.
They said in chat Wall Street bets interest. Maybe there was an article that used Peter Tuchman as the thumbnail.
Maybe. So what I always do here in Pro, when I want to see why a stock is moving, I'll check first a news feed from the Benzinga wire. If I don't see anything, I go to a separate tab where I have a different news feed that is just SEC filings and press releases. And then I'll check that. And on ISIG, I see some insider buys yesterday, but nothing else. So, okay. It could just be social media chatter.
Jay Rice is talking about the 10-year.
Yeah,
or the 20-year.
The bond market is doing some crazy stuff in light of yesterday.
The TLT, when it goes up, the Qs go down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But both are going up the last 10 minutes.
10 minutes, 10 minutes.
So does
it's not inversely correlated all the time. Just most of the time.
Most of the time, it works every time.
That's it. Let me just make sure we didn't miss any big movers or big news. I don't think so. Keeping an eye on the broad market here. We spent a lot of time on the Qs today, but how's the Russell doing?
Man, I want some more. Oh, you know what we should talk about?
Well, we got 7 minutes left. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Fubo.
Okay.
This thing.
Growth. It's a growth stock. That's all there is to say.
This thing is a dog. Man.
You want to play a game? Well, what's the PE of Fubo? Do they even have E? No, they don't have an E in PE. So now let's play a new game. What's the price to sales? 3.2. That's actually not crazy.
That's not terrible.
Well, they don't even have a PE because there's no E. They don't have earnings.
Wait, what did I just saw? I saw a report somewhere. It was something about some sport where the report was credited to Fubo TV. Are they doing their original media now or something? Do they have their own show?
I don't know. Look, I say this every day and I'll say it again today. Some of these stocks that are in just massive downtrends, 52-week lows, 2-3 year lows, whatever. Some of them are going to come back. I don't know whether it's Fubo. I don't know if it's going to be Hood. No one knows. Obviously, if I knew, I'd tell you. But maybe a couple of these EV stocks. I don't know which ones. Hyliion. I don't know. Rivian. No idea. But all these charts are just so ugly. And this is a case where you can say the price action is not necessarily matching up with company fundamentals, because for a company I don't know, I just have Hood on the screen. I'm not speaking to Hood specifically, but you can have a company that's growing right now that actually has growth, but if it's considered a growth stock and it's trading at a high valuation already and a high PE already, then the market is going to sell it, even if the company is growing.
EKS in the chat talking about Qualcomm and Microsoft collaborating on custom chips for AR glasses. So actually, I said earlier I hadn't seen anything from CES. I did see this, and I think it's interesting. But we've been talking about smart glasses for how many years?
5
now?
years.
Yeah, Google Glass. When did Google Glass come out?
I don't know, 6 years ago. It was terrible. Not that I ever used it.
So
wait, do you remember when Snapchat had their glasses?
Spectacles or whatever?
I don't know what they were called.
Snapchat Yeah, they're coming out with new new spectacles. Yeah, those were the dumbest things ever. But yeah, and they were. I was doing some research into the Qualcomm chips for custom AR glasses.
Okay.
And the idea, what some analysts that think this is bullish are saying, is that the clunky AR headsets in the past were never of interest to institutional investors because it was a really small market, right? You have gamers that would buy these, and that's about it. The idea here is that these AR glasses will be someone was comparing it to like an iPhone, that like everyone's gonna have these
Maybe.
AR glasses. I'm not sold on that yet because, like I've said, we've been talking about this for years and years. But Qualcomm, I like basically all the players in the chip space, semiconductor space right now in general. So I don't hate Qualcomm. I just don't think that the AR glasses are going to be the reason I'm going to buy Qualcomm.
This is how you know. We all have somebody in our life that is like way behind the times, technologically speaking, right? Do you have like a family member or a friend that is like they're still on their flip phone or they're still on like their iPhone 4 or 5 or whatever, right? When that person starts talking about Oculus and VR or whatever, then you know. That's your buy signal.
I will say though, on the topic of Apple, like talking about iPhones and whatnot, it'd be silly to think that Apple is not also going to have its hands in the AR VR space with some sort of products.
You're right. It's a safe assumption. They're everywhere.
Apple is everywhere. Apple.
Thank you for that, Kevin. I didn't remember. Now that you mentioned that, it rings a bell. But
Apple right now is probably working on stuff we've never even heard of.
Apple? Yeah, for sure.
Like the next metaverse, Apple's already working on.
Somebody mentioned space. I think
Master of Stonks. Do you like the Oculus? We're trying to get one for the office, but undecided right now. TBD. Jay
mentioned space broke and made a new all-time low. I'm on record as saying I think space is a zero. And when I say zero, I don't mean like zero. I mean like, 50 cents or below $1 is what I mean. That to me, that's
Viacom and Warner seek to sell the CW.
Who cares?
I don't know.
I think space could go to $1, which is functionally zero. Right? When you were at 60 and you go to $1,
Dude, it was a SPAC, right?
Yeah.
Is there any SPAC that's like doing well right now?
Yeah, there are a couple.
Who?
MP, I don't know about today. MP is holding up. Rivian was holding up. It's off its highs, but it's not Rivian. I'm sorry. I meant what's the other one? God damn it. What's the other? Not Rivian.
Lucid.
Thank you, Lucid.
Wait, what? I'm Bull Bear Jeff. I'm not familiar with what Qualcomm did in 2000. Is that bullish or bearish for Nvidia?
Well, Qualcomm was like peak.com, like bubble, like territory.
So is he saying Nvidia is bubbling? Or is he saying Nvidia is the best stock in the world?
Let's pull up a monthly chart of Qualcomm. If you bought Qualcomm in .com peak, it took you 20 years to get your money back. So, yeah. Oh, you guys can't see my chart.
That would help, Spencer.
There you go. There were a lot of stocks that took 20 years to get your, or Microsoft took 15, I think. Cisco still haven't gotten it back yet. Intel haven't gotten it back yet. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff. I don't like anything bearish for Nvidia.
All right, that's a wrap on today's show. It's 1:59. We got the roadmap coming up live next. Stay tuned for that. I think the stream will end and redirect to that stream. I hope it does. I guess one of us should check to make sure it does, but I'm pretty sure it will. Anyway, thanks to our guests today, Luke Jacobi, James Sapirstein. Thanks to Jake, Benzinga's newest team member, for hanging out with us today, doing trivia. Aaron, Rohan, thanks to them as well. We will get Vivi back on this show next week. She did not see my note to her this morning, so miscommunication on our end, but we'll make sure to get Vivi back on the show next week. How are we doing on likes today? We are at, I don't know. I'm looking right now.
We're at 158.
All right, we should get to 300 likes. We should do it. Let's all, and I'm going to do it too. I'm going to go to youtube.com and I'm going to hit, it's already checked for me, so I already liked it. All right, 161. Let's get to 300. We can do it. This is our last Benzinga Live of the week. No show tomorrow. This is your last chance to like us until Monday. Get your likes in now.
Love you guys.
All right, that's a wrap. The roadmap with Chris Kachi coming up live next. Talking NFTs. What is to come in NFT land this year? Chris has the answers. How do I end this show?